Are we recording? I'm sorry. And welcome back, everyone, to the Matinee Review. Now, this is not going to be a full episode. This is just one of our catching up episodes, though it is probably going to be quite long. We do have a tendency to trail on, but it's about something that we both really quite enjoyed. We saw Deadpool and Wolverine. I saw it once. Akili saw it twice. Hey, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Justin.
Hi, I'm Akili.
And again, I say we're not doing a full episode. We're not doing the news. We're going straight to the subject, straight to the meat and potatoes. So, with that, I think maybe we should get into something about it. In fact, where it stands at this point.
Stats.
Welcome back.
Stats is what we're talking about.
Yes.
Stats.
I think I'm going to have to keep all that.
Yeah.
Please.
No, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I was
All
just
right.
like, wait.
I'm here.
Stats.
Stats.
My stats are over there. But you have your phone up, so.
I
do?
Nope, it's over there.
Stats. Man.
See? All right. We're both getting up.
We're
Check
so
this
ready.
out.
Okay,
You get
so-
to be here with us.
All right. Pulling up.
I got my phone.
We're here for some appetizers. And the appetizer before the big main course. We're going to talk about some stats, everybody, because this film has broken a couple records, and there's a couple stats a couple things that we should probably recognize because, man, an achievement for Marvel, an achievement for everybody involved, an achievement from Ryan Reynolds, an achievement for Hugh Jackman, an achievement for fans, an achievement all across the board.
We'll start off with
do it.
the achievements at this point.
Yes, sir.
When it being the biggest opening, the beginning, the beginning of the biggest. This is the beginning of the biggest. The lion on the man of venom, the biggest and the venoms, the biggest venoms. Biggest opening for its stars and director.
Again, an achievement for everyone involved.
Correct.
Everyone involved, biggest paycheck coming. Congrats. Super congrats.
Comic-Con. Mm-hmm. Kevin Feige got Guinness World Records for the most drones used in a drone show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dig.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're breaking records left and right.
Left and right.
What do you got?
I remember being a very young man in Washington, D.C., and my father took me to see Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman. Why do I bring that up? I bring that up because that's the first time my father lied about my age to bring me into a rated R movie.
There you go.
Saw things that I probably shouldn't have seen and this and that. So, rated R films I got exposed to at a very early age. I bring that up to say from the first rated R movie, I have now seen, and you have all seen if you've seen the movie, the highest grossing rated R film of all time.
Yes.
Any movie to ever put the rated R stamp on it, this has been the biggest money maker. A Deadpool Wolverine movie. How about that?
By the way, also spoilers. Now. Saying it now.
Like I said, appetizers.
Yeah.
Highest grossing rated R film of all time. Do you remember the first rated R film that you saw in theaters? I'm curious. I don't know if in our life we've ever talked about that. I don't know if I've ever told you Unforgiven
in theaters.
I don't know if I've ever told you Unforgiven was
No.
the first. I don't know if I've ever told you that story. Yeah. What was the first rated R film that you saw in theaters?
The first rated R movie that I remember going to, my mom took me to Terminator 2. Saw the first movie at home on a tiny TV, and then she said, "Hey, did you like that?" And we're like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Good, get in the car. We're going to go see the second one." It's like, "Oh, okay."
Which is great.
Yeah.
Super great.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mama. Shout out to Mama Herb.
Love you, Mama. So, yeah, that was my first, I believe, rated R movie that I saw in the theater.
Dig. It's a good one.
It is.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I feel like mine's a sleeper.
No.
When's the last time anyone talked about Unforgiven?
Well, Unforgiven's a fabulous movie.
It's great.
Yeah. It's got Gene Hackman in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gene Hackman's a complete prick in that movie.
I mean,
Absolute piece of shit. He's really good at it.
Hackman.
Hackman knows how to be that man.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Right.
But, we should talk about Unforgiven.
We should talk about him.
Absolutely. Because it's basically Old Man Logan.
I should rewatch Unforgiven with my father. He might barely remember that he took me to go see Unforgiven. He'll probably be like, I know I went to see Unforgiven. I forget who I went with. Me.
That's pretty funny. That's good.
I snuck you in. Like, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
oh, was that the... Yeah, remember? I took you to see Unforgiven. Yeah.
Thank you. Really appreciated it, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So next one we got, besides it being the highest grossing rated R movie of all time.
Nobody got to see that, but my man's just made a real dope cell phone catch with one hand.
Yeah, I
was
almost
pretty dope.
lost it. That was some...
Almost doesn't count. You succeeded, brother. That was
there
dope.
it is.
I saw it.
First rated R film to earn over $200 million in the opening weekend.
How about that?
Wow.
I forget what it competed with, but it didn't really matter. I think anything else that came out, everybody was going to see Deadpool Wolverine. I'd have to look it up. It doesn't even matter because it beat whatever came out.
It beat everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got another one for the biggest July opening ever domestically.
Officially made it the movie of the summer, I'd say.
Yeah.
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 Right? Like, I think about being like a kid, again, being in like high school or something, and you knew something was coming out for summer, and it's all you're talking about.
Yeah. Excited
with
for
your
a while.
friends.
Yeah.
In class 2 months before it's getting out. Oh, Deadpool Wolverine coming out. Like, what you think? It's like, wait, we should link up in the summer. We're going to see it.
Planning on the movies we're seeing while sitting in class.
Yeah.
I remember those times. School times. But that was a long time ago.
You see it? You see it? You didn't see it? Oh, you didn't see it? Oh, you got to leave. You didn't see it. Get out of here. Get out the classroom.
Right.
What do you mean you didn't see it? Like, two? What do you mean 2 Wonka bars? I can't do anything with that. We'll say you ate 200. What do I have? I'll say, what is it? 4th biggest opening for a superhero film.
Yes.
Dig that.
I mean, it's got
There's
to
been
be...
a lot of superhero films.
It's got to be behind, like, the Avengers, though. You know, so it's got to be behind, like, Endgame and Infinity War.
Infinity War, it's Civil War.
Either Civil War or it was the first Avengers.
Or maybe the first Avengers. Yeah. Yeah.
Superhero-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to think of it. I don't know.
But yeah,
I mean,
4th.
you'd think that we would have looked it up. I mean,
Nah.
no.
4th. That's impressive enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're
I
good.
mean, you don't stand on the podium, but top 5.
Yeah.
Everybody respects top 5.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is the, let's see,
6th biggest opening film domestically.
for anything ever.
For anything. For
Yeah.
any film in the U.S. That's talking about, this is not a knock at all. I'm just saying, for the people out there that will say things like, hey, these movies are just roller coasters or this, that, and the third. Hey, man, a good ride's a good ride, is what I'll say. The numbers don't lie. 6th biggest opening domestically. Yeah, put some respect on some names, man.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff.
Then we're also getting into like 16th film to gross over 600 million.
Boom.
And then the 24th film in the top 25 films of all time worldwide.
Boom.
Yeah.
We talked about being top 5. Being top 25, especially for being the kind of film that it is, where at a time, maybe a movie like this, nobody's thinking about numbers like this. Like way back when Iron Man comes out, way back when they're starting this journey, I don't think they see a movie doing numbers like this.
No.
I think maybe when they were like, ooh, when we get to Infinity War Endgame, and to be fair, even for the numbers that they saw at the time, like pitching a Deadpool movie in general, and then just going like, hey, a Deadpool Wolverine, say you pitch that way back in the way when they start this thing. There's a reason why it took this long to get here,
Right.
I would say. Like, this is unprecedented. This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's a good time. And this won't win Best Movie of the Year, even though everyone in the world has seen it.
No.
It won't even be nominated.
No. But we'll definitely probably talk about that. Yeah.
Let's get into Deadpool Wolverine.
Let's start with the beginning, which for those of you who are Logan fans and just mainly lean more towards X-Men than you did Marvel, really curious on what you thought of that opening. For me, I'm a fan of both. It's a fantastic movie.
Yes.
Out of all the Wolverine movies, it's the best Wolverine movie.
Yes.
And then they just put a cherry on top, in my opinion, by having Deadpool do what he did. Which, again, spoilers, folks, he digs up the body, and it is an entire scene of him dismantling Wolverine and killing people with it.
Not only dismantling Wolverine with the adamantium skull and beating the fuck out of a whole bunch of TVA agents, but to the background of Bye 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 by NSYNC.
Yes.
With cuts of a perfect recreation of the dance from the video. It's pretty dope. Off bat, you get reminded like, oh, hey, this is a Deadpool movie. This is a extremely rated R Deadpool movie. I mean, when you see him take Wolverine's skull with the spine attached to it, and he's whipping that around and like hits a dude into the dude's taint and knocks him into the ground. Again, with Bye 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 by NSYNC playing in the background. It's a brutal opening. Mm-hmm. It's an interesting way to do the credits because it's once again in that Deadpool style of names appear on things that are passing by the screen. At one point, he even like blows on the camera and writes something in, puts a little heart in there. So that's cool. So the opening brings you in. It straps you in right away for, welcome back to Deadpool.
And not only was it, I guess, I don't know, maybe that Deadpool love song towards Logan of him saying bye, 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 but he's also saying bye to Fox, which he ends up doing in another scene down the line, which is absolutely hilarious.
There are multiple references and shots fired to Fox.
Right.
They spare no expense.
Yes.
But there's also the other great side to that coin. There's reasons why they can throw shots because they also give flowers. It's really wonderful.
They really do.
We get this great pause moment too. Because the end of the desecration, he puts the actual claws on him.
Correct.
And boom, and he's like, oh. And then there's this great, well, let's stop here. Let's tell you how we got to this point. And you're like,
Staying true to form for the Deadpool movies. So yeah, it then goes into the sad job interview with Happy Hogan.
Favs is back.
Yeah.
Favs is back. And, when you give someone like Favs, someone like Happy, when you give someone like Happy just a little smidgen of like, yeah, you're on the team, man.
Yeah.
From the like, to be one of us. Oh, I'm sorry. Us? What's your superpower? Parallel parking?
There was a moment of shade tennis, as I like to call it, where it was just like kind of like throwing things back and forth at each other. But yeah, Wade was definitely hitting that ball extra hard when it came to throwing the shade.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, because, I am a person like Wade Wilson where if I'm confident in my skills and I know all that, I'm there for an interview. Yeah, like 5 minutes in, I'm be like, okay, so can I stop here? Is the dude who's going to hire me actually, like, is he coming in here? Like, why am I talking to you, my guy? I feel Wade Wilson in that moment. Cause like when he's, to be an adventure, to be one of us, like, nah, bro, what do you mean us?
Right.
Here's the part where we stand. Even right out the door, he's like, we're here. You're here, like, bruh.
When he said that you need to find your place down here, and he keeps going lower and lower and
I'm
lower.
happy. Like,
right.
It's literally your name, but
yeah,
we're not going to go here or there. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, still sad interview. So, Wade just wants to be an Avenger because we find out, his shtick's getting old with Vanessa and he's got to do something. Do something meaningful. So he wants to be an Avenger.
But then it turns out that him not becoming an Avenger actually just makes his life, miserable at that point, at least for him, even though as much as he's saying that it's not, and he's trying to convince himself it's not working because he's not doing what he should be doing.
What, the used car salesman stuff?
That, and he's not with Vanessa anymore, and
got
the
that
wig.
Got that nice staple hair system going on. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, you got his man Peter living his best life with one of the most intricate little piercings I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I like how he said, I had a friend who once got this piercing. And then later on in the party, you just see him showing it off. I was.
They pull the fuck. That's the fun part.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I think I know one person in my life that might get that piercing.
Okay.
Yeah. It ain't me. It's not one of those, it's not one of those, there's your friend. It's real. Trust me. It's not me.
No. Yep.
If it was me, I'd have it already.
That leads into Wade being picked up by the TVA. And away they go.
And the TV, doing what they do, just kind of whoop, whoop. And, and they're there. And you got to come with me. Because, okay.
We end up finding out that basically, as I like to say, one bad Logan spoils the batch or the bunch. The whole ordeal is that because of Logan dying in the movie Logan, it is making it so that way the entire...
Spoilers.
Spoilers. We just keep saying it, but that's why I said at the beginning, we're going to spoil fucking everything. Basically, Logan is the one that if you actually are able to kill him, everything in that universe dies.
Correct.
It just starts to disintegrate.
He's the prime being. I forget the term they call it.
Right.
And then we get to see this little quick clip of what appears to be good old Chris Hemsworth as Thor crying over a dying Deadpool.
Right.
And Deadpool sees that. And it's, why is that Thor? Is he crying? Why is he crying? Tell me.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Yeah. No, they definitely use the scene from Thor: The Dark World where Loki is quote unquote dying.
That's so funny.
And yeah. But it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
He ends up getting the idea, well, I'll just go and get him. And it just doesn't end up working that way. So I believe or am I getting in the wrong order? No.
They're like, hey, we need you to go and, basically they want him to help facilitate the end of his world. And we're going to end your world. You can jump onto this. He's like, great. And so he goes and it's like, fine, I need to get fitted though. So then we have that great fitting scene. Mm-hmm. When they give him the adamantium swords and I love he walks out. By the way, homie dude's a predator, but whatever.
Pretty sure, yeah.
And then he kind of walks up and it's like, so you're on the team? He's like, yeah, but here's the thing. I'm actually going to go and look for Logan. So bye. And then just jumps into the portal and steals homie dude's thing, jumps in the portal. And then we get the search for Logan montage.
Yes.
And we do find a few.
Quite a few.
Starting
with a very short Logan? Is that how it starts?
You do start off a little short squat and get the nice little first turnaround. You're like, oh, hey. And then...
right off the seat.
Nah, not doing that.
No.
Too short.
You guys want
too short?
You want comic accurate, huh? There it is.
Short?
There's your comic accurate.
Right.
Doesn't work. Right. At all. Sorry, folks. I think 6'1" or 6 whatever the fuck Jackman is just fine. Hell, find someone who's 5'11", still fine.
Still fine.
Yeah, we don't need a 4'3", 4'7".
Not in live action.
No.
Not in live action.
No.
Yeah. No.
After that, we get, I believe
I think it's poofy haired. Either that, or we get the back shot of Pat. But I think the next one we see face is poofy haired in the alley.
That's the Age of Apocalypse one where he has the one hand that was blasted off by Cyclops in Age of Apocalypse. So, yeah, that hair was extra big.
Understand this. That montage only held as much to me as seeing Hugh Jackman in different outfits. I had no idea what each one was from. I just thought it was seeing different versions of Wolverine. I didn't know if they were comic book accurate, if they were just like, this might look cool, because I thought he was trying to do a weird James Bond, Nick Fury type deal. I just thought it was a look. I didn't know it was an actual patch character, and that was a thing. Yeah, so a lot of this I found out after the fact. So
yeah. So, we had the Patch character, which was basically in the 80s. At one point, the X-Men kind of went into hiding.
Okay.
And he went to this imaginary place called Madripoor.
Oh.
And took on the identity of Patch. He wore upscale clothes.
What was the name of the place?
Madripoor.
Haven't we heard that in the MCU? Isn't that where Scarlet Witch's temple was that Madripoor?
I think Madripoor is where they went in.
Or is that where
Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Or is Madripoor where? No, that's not the planet where they sacrifice fucking Gamora and them.
I think Madripoor is the place they go in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay, yeah. I know we've heard that name before.
Yeah,
okay.
I believe that's what it was.
Okay,
I could be wrong, but you're reminding me that it is somewhat familiar.
Yeah,
so, I think they did that, but. We have that one.
Yes.
We have the Uncanny X-Men number 251 cover where he is
on a cross.
On an X.
At one point, your man just bamps through a warp, falls in just a field of skulls.
Red skulls.
Just a bunch of red skulls. Looks up and there's your man's on a cross looking. Hey, how about Hugh Jackman in that moment, bro? He was
yeah. Living it. Living that moment. He was not happy.
Doing it, man. Doing it.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Yeah. Yep. That was a heck of a shot. And he just kind of turns around going, you know what? I'm just not going to have that. Nope. This is not going to work out.
Right.
We have the what I completely forgot until probably about 10 minutes before we started recording.
Yes.
The Old Man Logan. Actual Old Man Logan.
Actual Old Man Logan. Nice little like slow Clint Eastwoody look up into the camera and shit. And it's like, oh, there. Yeah.
The hat and everything. Just blasting with
on
the
a rocking
shotgun.
chair, blasting with a shotgun. Total. Just, dope.
Very good. We also have the brown, the forest outfit. Some call it brown and gold. Others call it brown and orange. Some call it brown and yellow. I call it the brown outfit, which is funny because he says comic accurate first appearance of Wolverine fighting the Hulk or something along those lines.
Isn't that the outfit look, the comic accurate. Isn't this the one you fought Hulk in?
No. When he fought the Hulk, he was actually fighting him in the yellow and blue outfit. And his mask was really tiny little type of like eyepieces.
This is where I will take your word for it, because this. I hear possible internet just going. Actually, so
I immediately said that when he says, "Isn't that?" I went, "No, actually, but that's okay."
Words for it.
That's probably why he's doing it. He's probably trolling the people who are going to go like, actually, it was the like I'm doing right now. So
could be,
yeah. Wouldn't put it past him at all.
We got all the Hugh Jackman variants before the actual final one that it's up, but there is a Wolverine variant inside that mix that, oh my Lord. I think that was I'm trying to think if that was the first point in the movie that I went, to like a totally non-expectant thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
Because, folks.
Yeah. We get a very
buff,
very, very huge looking Wolverine. And I don't mean tall, but he probably is.
Get this big ass arm working on a motorcycle.
Yeah, you get big ass just like person working on a motorcycle.
My first thought is I'm like, wow, they really just went because you see the squat Wolverine. So my first thought is, oh, okay, they gave him a super jacked up Wolverine, and then that head turns, and it's
not the jacked man.
It's just enough timing in the turn, and Ryan Reynolds leaves just enough space for you to get enough where he's like, oh, it's Wolverine. Is that it? Before he tells you who it is. Like, outright. And then you get the full turn and you're just like, no, I got to tell you, Jay, he looks good, bro.
Yeah, well, Kevin Feige was saying that the X-Men universe...
Almost too buff, if that makes sense, but...
fuck it.
Fuck
it. There's been some versions of Wolverine in the comics where you look at him and you just go, how do you move? Like, how is it even possible? But he looked fantastic. And Kevin Feige did say that the X-Men universe, the mutant universe, was going to start with this movie. So what if he meant by, hey, I'm going to show you our first casting? And even the line that Deadpool delivers when he says, hey, wow, they're going to treat him a whole lot better than they did across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he loads up the arms.
Yeah. So, it's like you were just leaving.
Right.
Bounces him right through there. That was great. Everything about that whole little montage was great, which then ends with a sad Logan.
Right. Which, I was actually thinking, and once again, I would not be keeping my own receipts if I didn't point out that, once again, we got fucking sad Deadpool and sad Wolverine. Could have bounced to any. Could have bounced again. Didn't take away from the movie. Still a fantastic movie, but just goes on with another example of where we find our heroes years later for things like it just seems to like something always went bad. I'm all for the redemption story as much as anybody else and proving your worth and okay, but like.
I mean, I guess
these two in particular don't necessarily need that arc, but it's great for the movie. I'm just pointing out that once again, it's like super sad.
Right.
You found the worst Wolverine,
and it's also not a movie where it's something that is an established character, and it's just this character that's been established 10 to 20 years later. Completely different universe, which is fine. At that point, it's like, okay, I'll allow that.
Right.
Everything we've already seen has not been touched, except for, dug up and thrown into many people's faces.
Awesome.
Yes. So I'm okay with that.
I slightly agree to disagree, only because it's in the same of like, great, still a sad redemption story.
Yes. That it is a trend. I get it.
Yeah.
This one kind of works. And it's a lot more of a redemption story than any of the other things like, Indiana Jones and Luke Skywalker, all those things that they definitely ruined.
Yes.
I wouldn't say ruined. They just took it in a direction that I would not go.
And I would say, wait, there's still time.
Right.
And if it doesn't work, just make them somebody else.
Correct.
Just make them somebody else.
Absolutely. So he ends up taking this very, very, very drunk Wolverine.
Oh, yeah, he lets him hit the bottle. No, go ahead.
Yeah.
We're used to long run times. Go ahead.
I love the look that he gives where he finishes it. And he's like, and then all of a sudden this moment of, and it just falls backwards.
Bruh, the smile, wait for the flash at the end of the gun.
Yeah.
Vicious.
Yeah.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
That's so dope. What a thing to have to see before you possibly die.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead.
That's crazy, bro. That whole thing was great. Yep. He just leans into it.
That smile on his face, and he's just leaning into it, just laughing while it's on his forehead.
You gonna let him talk to you like that?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, shit. And then, the fucking what are those? Well, that only took 20 fucking years. And then we get to
technically 24.
Go yellow suit. All Los Angeles Rams suit.
That was a good line. Good line.
Yeah.
But I love how the reveal wasn't him coming through all heroic, just ready to go, claws out, whatever it may be.
Because they were saving the real reveal for much later.
Oh, yes. But he comes through being held up by Deadpool as if he's just had a long night at the bar, which was so good. It was so good. He just falls straight on the floor. Boom. There he is. Done.
Got him. So what's this? You said get him, so I got him.
Right.
Not this one. You got the worst one.
Right. And while dude's eating his feelings, he's explaining that, you got literally the worst Wolverine out of any universe.
Yeah, because apparently this one let the whole team down, everybody. They'll let the whole team down.
He didn't let the team down the way that I thought he would have. I think that would have been a good opportunity to actually have that backstory that they put into the Old Man Logan stories. Which, again, spoilers, we're going to jump back and forth for this one right now. But make it so that way he would have killed all of them. That he was responsible for it. Not in his right mind doing it.
Correct.
But he was used at that point to kill all of them. That would have... I would have realized why dude was done.
Yes.
At that point.
Yes.
I would have realized why he was also wearing the suit all the time.
Correct.
It would have drove it home a little bbit more. And maybe they were kind of going to go for that, maybe. And I don't know, maybe in testing, or maybe the studios just went, maybe that's a bit too...
Because I will say this. It didn't take away from the movie, but now in hindsight, we're talking about it. It is kind of like I didn't want to be part of the team, so I went to the bar like I always do, and that's when they fucking got killed.
That's when all the humans came and killed them. It's like, how many? Let me ask you this. Because how many humans? Because Storm...
I thought he was lying when he first told him. I thought he was telling them that.
Right. So that way...
At first, I was like, that's not... Because I'm thinking like you, like, nah, he fucking killed them all.
Right.
That's... Why? So he's lying about that. Like, yeah. So I thought it was going to be some bigger... Like when... Yeah, again, jumping around. When... Cassandra Nova, is that her name?
Yes.
When she looks in... I thought we were going to see the real, like, and she was going to be like, oh, this is what you're not telling everybody. You're not. So when it was just like an empty field and screen, I was like, oh, okay.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one waiting for it.
We're already here now. We're already here. Yeah. We're this deep in the third act. Like, all right, like, fine.
I'm glad we were both actually waiting for the twist reveal, but there was no twist reveal.
Nope, that was it. He just went drinking and then came back and everything was all back.
I mean, again, how
many? And then he went on a killing spree, though. So
how many humans? How many humans went there to kill the entire X-Men and the school? Come on.
To be a player to be named later? I don't know.
I mean, that just
we'll find that out.
In said story, that makes no sense to me. no sense to me.
Yeah, again, but by the time she had gotten his head and was just like, nope, that was the story, I was like, oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Seems like they were going to go for something else, but had to change it. It just really does seem like they were going to show us either something else or they were going to just go with kind of a different explanation. But kind of going off the rails here. Not like we do that. But like we said, we're going to go back and forth and spoil everything. So in finding out that he does not have the right Logan that is needed, they end up just pruning both of them. And they end up being,
Come to find out, TVA doesn't know what this particular dude's doing. He's kind of running on his own. So he can't really have any quote unquote witnesses. So yeah, gotta prune him.
Yep.
Gotta prune him.
And they end up in the void.
Call back to some Loki stuff, everybody. I will say this, for the people that did have a little Marvel fatigue, if you are jumping on, jump on Loki. Jump on the Loki.
Yes. Season 1 and 2, just watch it all.
That's some of the better connective tissue with this in between the movie time that you will see.
Right. And it'll go ahead and explain the multiverse for you at this point.
That's where we know the Void. And the Void has a big part to play in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
Because the Void is when we start to have some real fun. We've been having fun. And we've already had our first kind of big out, I would say, with Cavill. Favreau shows up not really a super big outside the box cameo. Like, It's good to see him. It's like, oh, shit, there's Happy. But
it's reminding them that it's now in said Marvel universe.
Yes.
It's no longer just the X-Men universe. Like, oh, by the way, he's now in this.
Yes.
So
not too again, happy to see him, but nothing like, oh, Cavill, probably the first big, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get into the Void.
Which brings us to our first fight. Off the bat, it just starts.
Right. And probably one of the best fourth wall moments because it's that thing where Deadpool looks right on camera and just fucking get ready, nerds. This is what you this is gonna get good. And it does get good. It does get good. From the flipping of the cartridges into the gun, he unloads, and then when Jackman drops on all fours and runs,
dude, completely unexpected.
Right. Like,
what the fuck?
Where was that move for the last 20 some odd years?
Seriously.
What the hell,
Seriously.
bro? Did he do that in Logan at all?
No.
Because I'm sitting there thinking, like, I don't remember that.
He's never done that. Bruh. That is some of the coolest shit I've ever seen Wolverine do.
Yeah.
I mean, that was great.
That was like out of some X-Men 97 shit. That was great.
Yeah. But again, I'm very excited to see what Marvel will do with the X-Men once they have the full team and movie going. Because, shit, what they did with the cartoon and with what he just pulled in the movie at that moment, unbelievable. So the fight was insane.
Yes.
Kept going.
The one cool shit before he fucking charges him where he stands and all the bullets come out of him and he has the one come out his mouth and he spits it out. That was fire.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah. The thing was still hot and sizzling at that point. Yeah. Yeah.
Really good choices, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Because we've seen the bullets come out and everything like that. Again, you have to watch Days of Future Past because it happens in that movie. And then Logan, but just not as fast.
I mean, you're seeing, and like, there's some really good, smart choreographical fight choices in there where he's popping the claws out, he blocks it, he pops the claws back in, punches him to disorient, and pops the claws back out. So there's just some real smart fighting choices in there. It's really well done.
Yeah,
it's really well done. And once again, it's the joke. After seeing it a second time, we were having a little discussion afterward. It's another one of those things where as much shit as he talks and as crazy as he is, it's a reminder that Wade Wilson is that good. He's that good at what he does. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just on a skill standpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
Good first fight.
When he was talking to the actor who was in Galaxy Quest in the first Deadpool movie, when he slams into him, he's like, 41 confirmed kills, now about to be 83. Just, dude is good at what he does. Mm-hmm. So, especially after he becomes invincible, then, there's no stopping him then.
So the fight would keep going, except,
somebody breaks it up.
Wade's just like, ayo, so I can convince the TVA to fucking help fix your shit. You just have to help me fix my shit. Like, and so, do they get interrupted by the caravan, or does homie dude like whistle?
I believe he
hey,
was letting them know,
remember.
like, hey, you guys don't have much time until these guys are showing up.
Right. Because, I think he, like,
that's when he
he's
points
he's
out
up
the
there
caravan.
at the top. He's like, hey, yo. And they're like, there he is. The fucking male equivalent of blah, blah. He gives him this whole big setup. And we see this hooded figure. And here they come. Ooh, so we see that Deadpool and Wolverine have seen this person's face.
We have not yet.
Already Deadpool is setting us up for... sounds like he's rolling out a red carpet for one of the beloved heroes in the MCU. And we should have known something was amiss when we turn and we see the caravan, and in front is a Fantastic Four car.
Right.
Very Mad Maxy, whole group coming up. We get a great, cool shot of a cameo that really was dope to see. Was I should have got the actor's name, but original Sabretooth comes back.
Tyler
Durden?
No.
Fight Club? Ed Norton?
Tyler hit.
Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now because we're smart and can edit and have phones.
Tyler Maine. Tyler Maine. Fuck. Florence Lawrenson.
Tyler Maine. Fuck. We need to keep that in.
Yeah. It's all staying. Everything. Or I'll just cut it all out.
Tyler Maine.
Thank you.
Stand up and take a plow, bro.
Thank you.
Tyler Maine. Yeah.
I would stand up, but I'd hit the mic.
Boom. Tyler Maine. Yeah.
Not happening.
Nailed it. Definitely not Liv Schreiber, but that's okay. I would have been happy with either of those.
No, but you still needed the rematch.
Sabretooths.
You needed the rematch from said first movie that two of them did.
Is that what you want to call it?
Yes. That's what it was. It was a rematch.
Yeah.
It was a quick rematch.
At least it was shorter than the last Obi-Wan Darth Maul fight, which I still have so many feelings about. But after you explained it, completely understandable.
Yeah.
Watching it the way you watch it's like,
yeah.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So,
get it.
But yeah, quick swipe to the head.
Quick swipe to the head, and there goes Sabretooth. Behold, this is your queen.
It just, when it comes to this movie, you start laughing the moment he starts talking, when he's walking onto screen out of the blur.
Yes.
And you really don't stop. There isn't much time to breathe other than just watching the fight scenes. And even in the fight scenes, your breath is taken away by dude crawling on all fours, going after Deadpool in a way that you've never seen before. So, yeah, no matter what, if you're not laughing, you're wooing. And if you're not, oh, but I wooed. Right. And if you're not wooing, you're definitely applauding. So no matter what, you're doing something. It's a workout. That movie was a workout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another man that pulls up with Sabretooth, another blast from the past, good old Pyro shows up, but not before our hooded figure jumps down from the tower in a perfect superhero landing. And who is it? But it's our old friend, good old Chris Evans. Cap is here. Cap's here, everybody.
And he's got a very Cap tone at that point. He's even wearing some blue, and he even has what looks like some red bracers at the time.
He's all kind of got his desert fitter on, so he's all covered up. Looks like he's been, wastelanding it a bit, and starts to address the people that came up, but language a little different.
Did he call somebody Dick Breath?
He certainly did.
I think that was Dick Breath.
And I think even everyone in the audience, just give him a little head look like, oh, okay.
Deadpool was so proud of him at that point.
Oh, yeah. Well, my very first thought was like, well, because I didn't know it was coming. Some people probably picked up on quicker than I did. But I was like, oh, he's been out here so long and he's been through whatever that he finally just said, fuck it. I'm going to just talk the way I want to talk.
Right. But then you also have to remember what universe was recently bought up by Disney, which was the Fox universe.
Well, yeah, and that you see the 20th Century Fox thing right there in the void, along with, I'm pretty sure in that void there was a bunch of Fox Easter eggs that I didn't know, that I'm pretty sure a bunch of other people picked up on, but
it's one of those where you're going to have to be able to pause it and just watch everything and see everything, because unless you're willing to spend $250 to just keep on going back to the theater to watch it every single time.
I don't. I'm pretty sure somebody's on their fourth or fifth viewing as we speak. Pretty sure somebody's watching it again for the 5th, 6th time. But
Yeah.
no. Twice was enough for now.
Yeah. Aliens.
I'm all down to see it again. Twice was enough for now. This group is coming up, and Cap's had enough of it. So he's getting ready, and Deadpool is here. It comes. He's going to say it. Avengers.
Oh.
A little bit of flame on, everybody.
That's right. Johnny Storm, everybody. His original role, which got him the role of Captain America, because he was the best one in that movie.
So the first time I saw it, I cheered and reacted with everybody else. The second time, since I knew it was coming, I got to be quiet and just listen to reactions around me. Boy, let me tell you, people real happy to see Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. Followed immediately by a very cool Pyro just going like, no, we're not doing this.
Shut that down real quick. Real quick.
No. Thank you. Flame off.
And with a quite the comedic fall, where he then falls onto the set. What is that? Like a satellite
something like that.
And
satellite
just
tower.
gets completely nut checked.
Cursing all the way down. Fuck!
Oh my god!
Full, just fold over, pop. Like,
yep.
Yeah.
And then just hit neck, hit head, hit everything. I was pretty sure he was dead at that point. I thought that would have been a good death, but yeah, no, he's alive.
Right.
No.
That's right. That's what it was.
He would have been dead.
I was trying to think of the big whole thing. Right before when you talked about rematch, and he's like, "Wait, time? You look ridiculous."
Right. He's pulling everything out. He's telling him how to do it.
Baby knife. Baby knife was one of my favorites. Too.
Baby knife was a repeated line that I enjoyed every single time. Every single time he used
baby
it.
Knife. So yeah, then they have to end up seeing the lady who runs the Void, apparently.
Right. I call it the ant colony.
Clever.
Yeah.
We say clever because Ant-Man body.
Yeah.
They just got big old Ant-Man out in the middle of the desert, just dead. Looks like a big fortress, hands folded over. His hands with a gate.
Really well done. I mean, when it came to the Mad Max vibes, using Marvel characters and Marvel IP, that was really well done.
Oh, in fact, that's right. He holds up when he cuts Sabretooth's head, he's like, "Behold your queen, Furiosa."
Furiosa, yeah. That's right. Oh, there was definitely jabs to it, because how do you not?
Jab right when they get in the thing. The big Ant-Man mask opens up. It's a big skeleton face, and fucking, Paul Rudd finally aged.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we get to meet the big she that runs the whole thing. They're going across the desert, and John, they get tied up, and we start this whole running joke of Deadpool being woken up out of unconsciousness, screaming Thor's name. Thor.
Yes.
Oh. Sorry, I was unconscious.
Very much my hair moment.
Not all of you were asleep. So yeah, Johnny Storm lets us know, there's a big scary lady that you got to be afraid of, and we get to meet Scary Lady.
Cassandra Nova.
Who
is an actual character in the comics.
Yeah, again, I figured that it might have been a comic book accurate person, but I had no idea. So it was like, twin sister. I'm like, okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Makes sense.
He ended up, after she did try to murder him, having to battle her in the womb.
Yeah.
That did happen.
Been pruned in the Void since she was a baby.
Yeah.
Grew up in the Void.
Yeah.
The Void is her home and rules it with an iron fist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or a very intrusive fist.
Yes.
Yeah. She definitely does some fisting.
Pick that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess her whole thing is, unlike Charles, who can just kind of, look at you and boom, he's in your brain if you let him. She has to actually touch you and can get all up in there. And we do see some visuals of that'll make you probably a little squeamish.
Yeah, it had some very Grudge/Ring horror movie vibe to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a squeamish person. I've worked at K&B making bloody things and, seeing dead babies in boxes and bodies on shelves and shit. So most horror movies don't even faze me. When I saw that, though, just imagining that was like, oh, God, that's...
Right.
I'm so well done on that aspect when it came to
I mean, I'm pretty sure the deeper she delves in, it feels just more piercing and intrusive, I'm sure. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she not really keen on really helping them or anything. Or, she's like, oh, a Wolverine. I haven't got one of you. I've been trying to catch you, though, Johnny.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
Deadpool
Throws him
man,
under the bus.
I've heard some people get described in certain ways. I'm curious to know who was behind the writing in the script of the brain that came up with this line of insult that got thrown towards this broad, because it is stellar.
Which is
stellar.
One of the cool parts is the main insult that he calls her. That's the name of the track for that part of the soundtrack.
That's very funny.
That's the actual name of the track.
Well done.
So, yeah, I laughed pretty hard when I saw that.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. We get a Johnny Storm death.
Yes.
Boy, do we get a Johnny Storm death.
It's
pretty quick.
She just strips the skin off him, and boy, does he fall apart like a water balloon without the balloon.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was it for old Johnny Storm.
Man.
She tells him, hey, so I really don't care if you guys stay here and die. This is my place. So, yeah, by the way, your man's is coming. And when I say your man's, it's what, Oligoth? Is that what we're
Eliath.
Eliath, the big old smoke monster from Lost.
You mean Loki? Excuse me. Sorry. They both start with an L.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Right?
So,
yeah, big old smoke monster from Lost.
And again, if you haven't seen Loki, this part, the TVA, the Void, everything about most of this movie, you're going to be sitting there going, huh?
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Is fine. But again, it just means that at certain points, don't be mad if either A, certain things is spoiled, or B, people just kind of like leave you out of conversations because you can't,
Nah.
Yeah. If you don't get about that, great. But yeah, it's again, I would say watch Loki.
Right.
Of anything.
So instead of being eaten by Eliath, Wolverine says, fuck this, and jumps on what looks like one of the Sentinel legs from Days of Future Past.
Okay.
Jumps on a Sentinel leg and starts kicking the heck out of it until it starts to take off. He knows there's a rocket in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And
so they escape.
Jumps on.
Yes, they escape the little compound. They get thrown up onto a cliff.
Right, because they also found out through Johnny that there is a resistance, a group of folk who are out in the Badlands. They might know what to do and how to get out and have an idea of possibly defeating her, whatever it may be.
Correct.
So you saw it twice. I only saw it the once. So yes. I'm doing my best here.
No, I
really am.
I'll step in if it's like, no.
No, you're an idiot. So that never happened. Okay.
Yeah, there's other people that got trapped in the void that are trying to figure out a way to stop Cassandra Nova and try to find a way out of the void.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah.
So they get the big Sentinel boot boosts them onto this cliff. They talk like, yeah, we're going to do this thing to try to find what we need to find. Where do we start? I don't know. I smell food. So they end up at this diner and they get to talk and, you get to learn a little bit this and that. And he's trying to...
A little bit more about it.
He's trying to ask him about the suit and you don't want to talk about the suit. And
you see that he would drink rubbing alcohol if he couldn't find anything else. Good God, man.
Yeah, fuck that liver.
Fuck that liver, yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, basically, I think we can just straight up jump to they are walking across in the void and they come across...
a dog.
I believe Ryan Reynolds said was the dog that won the ugliest dog contest in the UK, I think, the past year.
Yes.
We get to meet Dogpool, full with little booties and everything.
And nipples the size of children's fingers, as he said.
Just a long, crazy tongue. Just
does not go back.
Hanging out of that mouth.
That is
has nowhere to go. I think the tongue is longer than the dog's actual face.
It truly is one of the ugliest dogs in the world. But what a sweetheart.
And I mean, Deadpool loves it right away.
Absolutely.
Nice big running across slow motion moment. He's like, oh, you could belong to me. But no, turns out Dogpool has an owner already.
Yes. He is the nicest Deadpool there is. I believe they call him Nice Pool.
Y'all ever wanted to see what Ryan Reynolds would look like without a burnt face in the Deadpool costume? All fit and looking pretty?
And like hair down to his freaking lower back.
Here he is.
Good God, man.
Good old Nice Pool. Because it costs nothing to be nice.
He's got like a man bun and 3 gold earrings on one.
Oh, he's got his gold ear huggy to match his gold-plated eagles,
and
the desert eagles.
Also the gold on his swords.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's coordinated. He looked good.
He did.
He looked so good. Yeah. In fact, at one point, he's just like, "Where's your mask?" He just points. Like, come on.
Blank stares.
Guys, come on.
Points at himself like.
Yeah. Won't give him the dog. Wants the dog.
But does
let them know that, oh, hey, yeah, you're looking for the compound of the others. Well, it's just 12 clicks on that way. In fact, I have a ride for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a ride.
I don't remember exactly what car it was.
It is a Honda Odyssey.
Oh, cool.
I think the joke in there is like something. Forget the exact. It had something to do with like they wanted to give you the experience of like having chlamydia or some shit. So they made the Honda Odyssey. Some shit where he talks so much about it that when he gets he's just like, no, come on.
Right. Obviously, his time as a car salesman has made him a little bit bitter towards certain cars.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I think he was a much more fan of the Kia. Because they're sitting there riding. She's like, what's the difference between the Kia and the Honda Odyssey? Oh, well, the Kia doesn't fucking suck.
Doesn't fucking suck, yeah. Can you not curse right now? It's like, I'm sorry, I never had kids.
Not enough vaginal sex.
Yeah. Again, this definitely was a lot more rated R than I was expecting from a Marvel movie. When they said R, I was like, there's going to be a lot of blood. They're going to say fuck more than 3 times.
Yes.
But it is chock full of everything that you were expecting from a Fox Deadpool movie.
Yes.
So, yeah, no holds barred.
Right.
Or however you say it, because, it's late. But words do work at some points.
There you go.
And so does the next scene when he...
Yeah, they're smashing through the Honda Odyssey. They're just trying to get there. Deadpool keep I won't tell him about the suit. What's going on? And blah, blah, blah. And, lets it slip. Hey, if they can fix your time, what'd you say?
Record skip.
Oh, no, before that. Oh, if they could fix your time. Big break stop. And then, you lied to me. And then we get it. Where fucking... Wolverine shuts down Deadpool. Just, it was, if I felt like the rant was going well because the rant was deserved. And then he turned the corner with, you couldn't even keep a relationship going with a stripper. And it was like, I was like, Deadpool gonna fuck him up. I was like, here it comes. And it's perfect. It's absolute silent. You got nothing to say? Mouth?
When he called him Mouth, I was like, yeah.
I'm gonna fight you now.
Yeah.
What? Instant nosebleed. And then we get our second fight inside of a Honda Odyssey, which, man.
Yeah.
For it being just them two inside of woods with a Honda Odyssey as the background, there is some vicious shit.
Yeah.
In this shit.
Good fight.
It is a very good fight.
It's a really good fight.
It is a very good fight.
And it went on until the wee hours of the morning, apparently. Until Wolverine couldn't take it any longer and tied him up with what looked like more seatbelt than any Honda Odyssey would ever have.
I think he just took all the seatbelts.
Yeah. And
available.
Mummified him.
Took them all. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're passed out in the van. Someone comes along, takes the van.
Yeah.
Drives them to this little bunker. Pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that was the Scarlet Witch thing from the tomb as the ceiling. The first shot that they showed, I believe that's what that was. From Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Oh. Again, I'll have to see it again, but okay.
Because the very first shot, it's like, it's the ceiling, and it looks like the little portrait statue that was behind her on the little altar in Multiverse of Madness. I'd have to look again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once again, Deadpool passed out, wakes up, looking for Thor.
Yeah.
Wolverine happy because he finally got a bottle of Jim Beam. Deadpool not so much. And we get
another cameo, which I forgot exactly how it leads into it.
Well, because Deadpool's trying to leave or something. And then there's a voice I wouldn't do that, or blah, 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 you're not going anywhere, or something. And that's when you see. Right. No, because he hears somebody coming. And so he goes into the side, tries to throw the sword, and it's blocked by a sai.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, a sai?
Yep.
Who the hell in the MCU carries sais?
Nope. Yeah. Well, we get Jennifer Garner from Daredevil. But from Elektra, because she's playing Elektra.
Good old Jennifer Garner walks in the door in an Elektra looking outfit, looking Elektra-esque, and that was pretty
slow-mo.
That was a pretty good. That was a pretty good pop into the theater. But there's levels to pop.
Man.
There's levels to pop.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they had her step through the door first.
And the when the music changes to that bitchin' fucking beat that's in the credits.
Can I just say, I can probably remember the last time I yelled out loud in joy in a movie theater. It was when the sling ring portal spins. And we've already seen Andrew Garfield. And so you know Toby's coming. You know spoilers, by the way. You know Toby's coming. You know he's coming. So the instant you see him, you're still just so happy because it was like, there it is. He's back. Now we're back. It's real now. It's been talked about. It's been spoken to existence. Will he? Won't he? He's in the movie. He's not. Yeah, boom. Listen, when Wesley Snipes comes around the corner in slow motion, even people that have known me for my 40 years of life have never seen me get as excited as I got when I saw Wesley Snipes as Blade come on screen. Not come on screen, but, come on to the screen. That's a different movie.
Oh, yeah.
Walk around that corner with that music and just the sunglasses on and everything. I lost my shit in that theater.
Dude.
Absolutely lost my shit.
Yeah, you did.
What the actual fuck, bruh?
That was cool.
What the actual fuck?
I will say he didn't have a sword. Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
By the way, we're talking about Wesley Snipes as Blade.
OG triple OG. Still the only live action Blade we've seen in the movie.
Right.
Because we've heard one.
Right.
And the other Blades were all TV shows and other things like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Sticky Fingers. Yes, I will acknowledge Sticky Fingers played Blade. Because every bald head version of Blade looks like Sticky Fingers. So if you don't know who Sticky Fingers is, we don't have time. that's a whole other conversation. We'll talk about music at some point, and we'll talk about Sticky Fingers. But yeah, Wesley Snipes as Blade in a movie with Ryan Reynolds. If you know a little bit of your history, you'll know how that seemed like that would never, ever happen again. Ever. Ever. Ever.
But it turns out
there was a time we didn't think we'd see Wesley Snipes again. Let's just be 100, especially as Blade.
Right.
Yeah. So to see that was great. And then again, there's levels to pop.
And then you get somebody walk through the door.
There's levels to pop.
That is not expected at all. Or was it? I don't know. It's been talked about.
Expect it.
I didn't expect it in this movie. And it's been talked about.
I had forgotten about it was a thing till I saw him. Right. And I went, oh, right.
Yeah. And I will say, as much as we were all wanting him to play this character, and or so was he, Channing Tatum shows up as Gambit.
Man. And it's great because if you see the side and you see Garner and you get the full sideways look from Wesley, when you get the hand, it's a hand catching a card. So you get a two-tier excitement because everybody in the building knows Gambit just showed up.
Especially with the glove.
And it's this, Gambit, who's Gambit? And then when you see it's Channing Tatum, I wasn't so much excited more than I was like, oh yeah, that was supposed to be a thing. Like, dude, they let him do the thing.
I was laughing.
I just laughed. I was like, good for him. He got to be the thing.
Yes.
He got to be his role. Yes. Good for him, man.
I will say that outfit is ridiculous in live action. that outfit is so ridiculous in live action. Silly. It looked so bad.
It's the connected headpiece for me.
Yeah, with the parted hair, and no, it just looked so bad, man. It looked so bad.
It didn't look bad.
It does not translate into live action.
I was just like, okay. I was like, all right, it's a choice. It was a choice. Like, all right, let's make it comic book accurate. Like, I get it.
I get that too.
For what's coming later with Wolverine, when we get there, like, it's like, okay, I can dig it. And then once again, there's levels to pop.
Yeah.
And when I say levels, if we went from we went down. I think we went down in a pop, but it was a different kind of like, look who it is.
I mean, even the music changes into the music you hear from Logan.
Right.
Because Daphne Keene shows up as X-23.
Been 7 long years.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
And so this is the Resistance team. And hey,
there was more.
I love to
the team.
Opening line there. Yes, there was more of the team. I love the opening lines that he throws out because it's like that. Okay, let's start with you. You are Wonder Woman, Elektra. Right. And he turns to Blaze. And you, look at you. Didn't expect to see you here. I thought you were retired. Did you say retarded? No, retired. I'm already in the void. I don't want to get canceled. I don't like you.
I don't like you.
You never did.
Yeah. The way he also just holds the blade up to him. He's just like, I don't like you.
I don't like you. You never did. And hits him with the sideways joint.
Yeah.
He got back in his bag.
Yeah. No,
he got back in his bag, bro.
It was
so good to see him.
I would have to say that it's probably a character that is near and dear to him. So, I'm sure he was happy to be able to do that.
And it was cool listening to, finally after the fact, getting to listen to like interviews and stuff now. I was listening to one today where he was like, I got a call from Ryan. He was like, I got to talk to you. And I was like, but I don't even like you, which is a joke because Ryan and I have been having this running joke for 20 years that he and I don't like each other, but that's not true. We've liked each other the whole time. And he told me the idea. Originally, I just said, go ahead because I didn't think Marvel would go for it. I didn't think Disney would go for it. But when Ryan Reynolds calls your phone after 20 years, you pick up the phone and you say yes. And yes, there was more to the team. Come to find out, there was a Punisher. There was somebody else.
Magneto.
Dead. Fuck.
Like dead. Yep. Killed him.
And the helmet.
Yep. Killed him with the helmet. No.
We lost a Daredevil. To which Jennifer Garner as Elektra just goes, it's okay.
Well, when he said, it's like, I'm so sorry about that. And he's like,
it's okay. Right. Which, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Just keep it at that.
No, we can say it.
If you know, you know.
At one point, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner were married. And they had kids. And it didn't work out.
Boy, it didn't end well.
Yeah.
She got MCU money now. She enjoyed it.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much.
She's got that MCU money now. She ain't tripping.
Yeah, she's not the new Elektra, but it's okay.
It's okay.
I digress.
It's okay. They'll make her another character. She'll be fine.
Yeah. Sure.
Just make her somebody else.
Multiverse.
Yeah. Let's make her somebody else.
There it is. She's the new Black Widow.
There you go. Boom.
Right.
So this group has decided to go after the Deadpool convinces this group that they can go in and take the helmet off of Juggernaut, then they can block the psychic powers that Cassandra wields, and they can try to find a way to go home. And there's this great thing where Elektra's like, we can save the people we saved. It's like, the people that we would have saved. It's like, we can save our legacies. Or the legacy we would have if people would have known about us.
And when he was all like, I'm pretty sure I was born here. When he said that, I was like, I'm pretty sure I was born here.
I shot out of my daddy's dick ready.
Yeah, it's like, are you ready? I'm pretty sure I shot out of my daddy's dick ready.
And then just him, it's been a minute since I've seen Sling Blade. Could you say something?
When he asked him, was like, who was your dialect coach?
When I remember make the cars go boom. Like, who's your dialect coach?
Right. Said another line, we are missing so much of the plot right now.
Well, when they're driving in the van, and he's like, we got to get it. But he's like, okay, what Gambit's trying to say. But they're all, we got to go do it. And wait, we should do it for Johnny. Like, wait, you knew Johnny? Oh, yeah. I knew he died here. Oh, yeah. let me tell you how Johnny died.
What I loved is like, you knew Johnny? Oh, yeah, no, we were really good friends. And you just have Jackman in the background going,
right. He destroys the liquor because the other one, boop, boop.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've decided to rally around and yeah, but Wolverine's like, nah, not going. What you mean you're not going? Not the guy you're looking for. Not the hero you want. I'm not good. I'm a loser.
Oh, that whole Wolverine scene.
Well, and
so he actually tell the scene where he killed everybody, but he didn't say that because that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, that's he got to say it to he's sitting there by the fire, and we have this really great scene where Laura as X-23 get to come and just go, hey, like I pretty much am who I am because of you. You're not such a bad guy. In fact, we need you. You know that, right? That whole good speech, and we finally get to let me say it because I need to say it. Gene wanted me to wear the suit, and Scott wanted me to wear the suit, but I couldn't have them thinking I wanted to be on the team, so I went out drinking, and yeah, apparently all the humans came and wiped everybody out, and he went on ahead and just went on an old killing spree, and
didn't just stop at the bad guys.
Yeah, the women and the children, I hate them. But X-23 hit him with the look, man, like. You can still be a hero now. We need you. And plus, we're trying to help you right or wrong or something, man. And I'm not the right guy. You were never the right guy.
You were just the one we needed at the time.
Yeah. Great scene.
Yeah.
The young lady play X-23, Laura.
Daphne Keane.
Yeah. Really great performance in that moment.
Yeah. Hopefully she stays on in the Marvel Universe to not only stay as X-23, but then also don the X-23 outfit would be great.
I think she'll stick around.
Yeah.
I think she'll stick around. Remember, till she's 90.
Exactly.
Till you're 90. All right. So, heading in the old Odyssey van, we got the whole crew. Looks like we have the whole crew heading towards Cassandra Nova's spot. They decided to...
The ant colony.
They decided to do it. And that's when we get that little crack where I've seen it twice. I still don't really know what... Channing Tatum's Gambit says right there. And it's just what Gambit's trying to say is we're going to storm the blah, 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 blah. And then, gun.
What I would like is actually for some of the scenes, and it would be a nice callback. Ryan Reynolds would probably know exactly what I was talking about if he were listening to what we were actually saying. But if some of the subtitles for Gambit were like the best of Eddie Murphy's Saturday Night Live, where you just had the question marks when Buckwheat was doing that bad, dabu daddy, badu do badu day. Yeah.
They do that.
Perfect.
They do that.
Just question marks all under it. Just like, I don't even know.
They do that in Snatch with Brad Pitt too. If you watch the DVD with their subtitles, there's one part when he's like super mad drunk right before all those days on the couch. He's like, it's just question marks. They don't even know what he's saying.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
See, so it's not original, but it still works.
Yeah. With two really good like pulls from a lot of great minds thinking alike there. Dig Saturday Night Live and a Snatch reference. Boom.
There it is.
Well, best of Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Eddie Murphy specifically. So.
Yes. That tape, I wish I still had. You said you still have the DVD. You have a DVD of it?
It is in my room on my fucking shelf.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a while since I had it on VHS.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Yes. So. Yeah, that'd be fun. So we're on our way to the ant colony. And Gambit says something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Some kind of plan of what's going to happen. And we get our first, not our first, but there's shade being thrown. But man, we get one of my favorite little pieces of shade that gets thrown. Because they hand Wesley Snipes, who is Blade, a bazooka. Because they're going to go on ahead and bust the front door open. It's like, oh, where'd you get that from? Oh, we got that from Punisher. Or, one of the Punishers, right? And there's been a couple. And fucking Wesley Snipes like, there's only been one Blade. There's only ever going to be one Blade. And Deadpool looks deadpan into the camera like, what? Yeah. Shots fired.
Seriously.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
So yeah, we bust on in the spot, have this real grand entrance. They're driving through the fire, and we have a nice little slow motion. Like, and everybody gets out in front of the van, and you're like, what? And then the van trunk pops open. Turns out Wolverine came along for the ride after all.
Sleeping the whole way there.
Come on. Yeah. Because how can he not, right?
Right.
Come on. And then we get a real good dust up.
That was good.
And we get to see some, I'm not going to break down a whole lot of things. I just want to pinpoint the couple of things that we were talking about. So the couple of things that really stood out. Blade fighting Azrael and timing his little bamf, boom, 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 with his spins and just finally getting his timing down. And there's some real good Gambit stuff in there.
Yes, there was.
There's some really good Gambit stuff in there. Just when he first, I'm about to make a name for myself today. He's all super ready.
Oh my God, I just realized it. I know what was wrong.
With?
Gambit.
What?
His hair. His hair.
But it wasn't like the full.
It wasn't the big bedhead style, crazy 90s looking rock and roll looking hair. It was very flat and it was very properly parted. I don't know. That might be the problem. I have to see it again. But I think that might have been what was wrong. Because I knew that there was something wrong. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Not at all.
Yeah, no.
Not at all. That was it. Those are the Blade. I mean, the whole, everything was great. You get to see some great stuff, but the things that stuck out was, Blade doing his thing with Azrael, and then the Gambit stuff.
Yeah.
The really cool, the big fold out moment. That was cool, but I specifically like where he's doing his thing, boom, 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 lays a card on 5 people, just fucking holds one, it's just like boom, and then all 5 people, like.
That was good.
Man.
That was good.
Wicked. Super wicked.
No, and even the staff work too. Finally got to see him work with that staff.
Do some busting bow staff stuff. And it was, Jennifer Garner looked good, just, doing her thing. Mm-hmm. And,
Blade versus Toad.
Yeah, some Blade versus Toad. X-23. Got that real great moment. She's like, adios, pendejo. I can doing her thing. Puts the sunglasses on before it goes down. And then they, they're like, oh, go inside. Go ahead. And they hold it down while Wolverine and Deadpool go run inside and deal with Cassandra Nova. There's levels to pop. We've already talked about how I had a big fanboy moment. And I think for any true, Blade fans, if you've seen the first Blade, if we can argue about what line is the absolute best in the entire movie,
there's no argument.
There is no argument. But to the joy and wonderment of you already get to see everything. But then Blade turns around and some motherfuckers are still trying to ice skate uphill. Yes, that's how you do it.
Yes,
that's fan service.
Absolutely.
Well done.
How could you not say it? It was a pause the music moment. It was a focus directly on him moment. Slow down the fight. Yeah, that was... I'm talking the first movie, but that was so cool. Yeah. And now in this movie. Also cool. Super great. Yeah, and then what was that after that? Then they go in and, I'm relying on you at this point. They're trying to deal with Miss Cassandra Nova, and Pyro steps in. And then Pyro steps in 3 times. There's a little pop, and punch, and not everyone gets a speech. Right. And then we get some fucking everybody shut up, sit down, and let Hugh Jackman outact everyone in the room. Because we get a whole great, I'm Charles Xavier. I've always tried to be the man that Charles wouldn't want me to let you die. Mm-hmm. And so it's, fucking... Yeah. Really great. That's when we get the whole where Cassandra finally goes inside Wolverine and we get to see that he's hearing these voices. There's these, are they supposed to be graves, all those markers? Or is it just is he supposed to be somewhere comic book related? Was that I've never seen that in a comic. Okay. And I guess that I don't have no idea what those pillars were. Okay. I mean, I guess it must have been a gravestone of some sort. I wasn't really paying attention to what was on it. Yeah. I was kind of watching the two of them. Sure. So I don't really know. It's one of those... when it comes out, for sure, able to pause it. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. But it's that scene of, again, I thought when we went inside his head, we were going to get a deeper twist of what actually happened. Turns out, he's just hearing the voices of all those people. And whilst he's kind of sitting and going through it, turns out it's all a nice slow play. They're able to get Juggernaut's helmet onto her. And then again, Pyro comes in, pop, pop, pop. And big speech from Wolverine where she was like, as soon as you take the helmet off, I'm going to kill you. And she says some shit like, I'm going to fucking flick my bean to the Enya box set. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Enya has a box set? He didn't say that. That's hilarious. That's the next line. That's the next line after. So I'm like, Enya has a box set? That's funny. I didn't hear it because I was like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. flicking my bean,
Right, like,
being
I just
something
hear
that was
that.
said
Like,
in
yeah.
a Marvel movie. But yeah,
So, big speech, take the helmet off, change of heart. Can you just send us back to the timeline, send us back to TVA and, help us fucking do all this? And she's like, okay, fucking I'll send you back. All right. But you got like 4. Oh, then we get hit with there was an amateur magician that came through here.
Right.
Had to kill him, but he
Right.
left this and we get to see a sling ring.
which was also interesting due to the fact that the sling ring itself had a green gem and a red gem on either side. And I'm wondering if it was a sling ring that had the time gem and the reality gem, which would then make it so that way he can open a portal out of said void of nothingness.
I didn't even notice it had gems on it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
I don't know. I don't know. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
It looked like.
Could be.
I mean, I something I caught. I don't
Yeah,
know.
could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Deadpool has the reaction everyone in the audience, strange.
Right.
Like, yes. Yeah, so she fucking slings open the portal. I forget the song that's playing, but it's just like, I'll be seeing you. It's a nice slow motion jump, and you get to see all the people down there. Like, everybody looks like they're kind of taking like almost like a death blow, but then, everybody gets a moment where they're smiling up, and you get to see them jump through the portal. It's just a nice little last shot of the others. We just went through this whole fight, and we're all Gambit got his moment, got to see Blade and Elektra and X-23, and yeah, they get a nice little above shot of all 4 of them. Everybody has their own little version of a smile, and they jump through the portal, and it's time to they jump
Get
through the
back
portal
to reality
back
again.
in the middle of an old sail.
Yeah, that poor family. They just went through that whole ordeal of thinking about, hey, let's buy this car.
My partner Wade gets, and I believe it's the same family he was giving a test drive at the beginning of the movie.
That'd be.
I had to, at that second time, I was like, I think it's the same family.
Right.
I think it's the same family. I'd have to see it on that third watch, but yeah, they, he lands Wolverine. They both land on the van. Demolish, fucking trash the van. He lands. Yeah, feels like a Kia.
Yep. Like, it's Deadpool. It's Wolverine.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Fox
back.
killed him.
Yeah.
Disney brought him back. They're gonna make him do this till he's 90.
It's too funny.
Yeah.
Too funny. So then they end up going into the city to stop the second bad guy with the British accent.
Mr.
That they had to deal with.
Proxy Paradox.
I call him Cucumber Sandwich.
There you go. Is the thought of destroying my universe making you peckish?
I eat my feelings.
Yeah, gotta go back to the city. Gets hit with some, too late. It's already going. Portal opens up, and here comes old Cassandra Nova, because she's figured out, like, hey, Pyro, who I thought was working with me, has been working for the TVA this whole time, and I thought the TVA and I had a deal. So I understand there's this Time Ripper thing going on. Well, she goes on ahead and does her thing and basically tells him and us what's about to happen, where she's like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. It's like, we could turn it off. She's like, I could do that. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Since I'm all mad and shit, I'm just going to use the thing to eliminate all timelines, so there's nothing but the void left. Mm-hmm. And then we get this whole crazy moment where she grips homie dude's, like, basically brain, like, and just drags him.
Yeah, again.
Like just real stiff, just drags him along. Like, it's nobody's business. She's like, oh, mommy and daddy are talking. Snaps her fingers, fucking Wolverine and Deadpool go flying into a very funny store that I didn't get the first time I watched it because it was a comic book reference.
Oh, there you go.
It's a comic book reference that I didn't get right away.
Yeah.
And the second time I saw it, since I went with the rest of the other little group, they let me know, like, no, this is why this is funny.
Mm-hmm. Liefeld's Just Feet.
For those that do not know, maybe you'd like to explain why that's funny.
Rob Liefeld was a comic book artist back in the day. I guess he still sort of is. I don't know if he does comics, but he doesn't do feet. He is terrible at drawing feet. There wasn't even an ankle, and then it would come down to this weird diamond. He's terrible at proportions. Now, granted,
Now, is it
better
just
artist
feet and
than I
everything
am,
else is...
but he just look up Rob Liefeld. How about
we
this?
did
Look up
kind of
Rob
talk about
Liefeld.
this with we
your
talked
phone.
about this with your guy Jason.
Yes.
We did. You did talk a little bit about Rob. That's why the name is familiar.
Grab your phone real quick. Pull this up. Look up Rob Liefeld, Captain America.
This is your.
Yeah. Yeah, just gaze upon it. Yeah.
It's a lot.
That's just a lot
The
odd.
shield's straight.
Well,
The shield looks good.
sure.
He's really buff.
Man, he can trace a circle. Good for him.
Yeah. So they get snapped into that store, and that's mad funny. And she goes basically down to the subway. She's going to force Paradox to tell her where the machine is, and she's going to do her thing. And she makes a little comment like, and I've also called some help so that we're not disturbed. So as they're shaking themselves off, getting out of the store, another portal opens up, and Dogpool. And we get a whole little moment where it's like, oh, great. And then, right behind them, Nice Pool.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Just get that moment of like, oh, I'm going to love you and keep it free. You see him running. He's like, fuck. Yeah. Get some fun little shade where it's like
every time he ran, he was like, sorry, sorry, hey,
hi.
sorry.
Yep, hi, sorry. Yeah.
Definitely dropping the Canadian sorry. Sorry.
Have a nice little thing where it's like, hey, she can choose her own papa. Who's it going to be? Original recipe or what, Van Milder? Oh, okay. I can tap the fourth wall too. The proposal. And just looks dead into the camera, straight face. And Deadpool's like, the fuck? What are you doing? Yeah. And then, we get, what did he call him? Not the army of Deadpool. The Deadpool Corps? Is that what he called him earlier? He's like, you don't want to run to the Deadpool Corps. I think that's what Nice Pool called him when they first met him.
Sure.
I think so.
Sure.
I'm going to use it because it sounds cool. If it's something else, then I think it's the Deadpool Corps. But we get to see, a good 50 to 100, just a whole bunch of Deadpool variants come out. We don't necessarily need to talk about all of them, but there are some that are very fun to highlight.
Yes.
Starting with Lady Pool coming on out the thing. Mm-hmm. I had heard rumors as to who might be playing, and then there was also like fake rumors of who might be voicing her, this, that, and the third. In hindsight, should have been a very obvious choice.
Well, it was Blake Lively doing the voice.
Correct. Who is Ryan Reynolds' real-life wife, for those that do not know.
Cowboy Pool.
We do get a Cowboy Pool, and when I first heard Cowboy Pool, I went, if that's not McConaughey, that's someone very clearly doing a McConaughey.
Turns out it is McConaughey.
All right. Mr. All right himself.
Yep.
We get, whilst they're talking, Deadpool is interrupted by Kid Pool, who just throws some fucking I forget what she says, but it's a fucking...
Right.
Throws some kind of shit. Nice Pool's like, that's Kid Pool. She's the nastiest of all of them. That, along with the little baby Pool... those are two of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' children.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the head pool?
There is a floating decapitated head. Like a Deadpool mask where the eyes are cut out and it's a little like twirly helicopter hats kind of on the top. Yeah. Voiced by Nathan Fillion.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then Tom Holland's brother actually was one of the variants.
I read that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just get some close-ups of like a samurai. Oh, there's one that's dressed in the Wrexham football attire because that's the football club owned by Ryan Reynolds and Rob. Last name kind of hard. So
probably, I would guess that it's probably one of the players.
I think I read that it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, because I was kind of looking.
It would be appropriate, at least.
It would be appropriate. Yeah. Have throw one of their players up. And then I'm trying to remember. I think that was the main ones that warranted somebody like, this is who this might be. And there's like, and if you look, there's a whole smorgasbord of different ones. And then, it's very clear that the Deadpool Corps is going to come to fuck some shit up. And, Uzi time, baby. And we get good old Deadpool uses good old Nice Pool as a little human shield there, because why wouldn't he? He's a Deadpool.
Yeah, he's Deadpool. Right. He'll be fine.
Fuck it. So you see Nice Pool getting super shot up, keeping a smile on his face as we do it, and they got to duck behind a car because shit's getting real, and it's like, oh, I think I'm hit, and it's like, how soon do you regenerate? Regenerate?
And then he just does it. All the blood coming out of him. Oh man!
You did that on purpose. How was I supposed to know he wasn't going to regenerate? Right. That's okay. There's an ice cream cart over there. They're basically human triage centers. There's got to be hope over there. There isn't. I'm going to save your life.
He won't. Just carrying him over there.
Yeah, he carries him over, and as he's doing, just shots fired. There's shots, there's blow darts, there's all sorts of things getting hit. And yeah, you think Nice Pool just might make it. Nah, head explodes, and they got to duck behind a car, so now it's Wolverine's turn.
Can I stop you right there? Yeah. What part of you thought that Nice Pool just might make it?
Oh no,
because-
that's all just jokes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
just
all
making
just
sure.
jokes.
For a
Yeah,
second
no.
there, I was like,
No, I'm-
is he serious?
No, I'm
No.
roll through that sarcasm.
Yeah,
just keep it
well,
rolling.
yeah.
Just keep that rolling. Yeah.
Very well.
Because it's very clear once you
Delivered.
once we have no regeneration factor, it's
Well, yeah, but for a second, I don't know. It's late.
Wolverine, the smart one though. What does he do? He picks up Dogpool, kind of holds him up, and
walks right
hold your
over.
fire. And
I
yeah,
love that look that he gives.
it's
just,
great. It's just this. I'm gonna cradle the dog. I'm gonna stare. I'm gonna walk him down because I know he got some hoe in him. Walks him down. Walks his enemy down with a poker face with this dog, and no
Not
one
just
shoots.
a poker face. You could have imagined him just putting up the middle finger as he's walking. Just
Go ahead.
giant fuck you. Bring it. You know.
Yeah, hit the dog. Go ahead.
I regenerate. Yeah.
Yeah. So then they're back behind the car, and Deadpool has the gold-plated guns from Nice Pool because he don't need them. And it's time to, hey man,
Make some chimney fucking chonkas.
we're gonna go let's do this. Let's knock it down. We get a nice little slow motion walk around that you see in the trailer
With the music that
with
you
Like
hear
a
in the
Prayer
trailer.
going straight out of there. But what they don't show you,
It's the moment.
where all of a sudden Wolverine's reaching behind his head, and you're like, "What's going on here?" And
Up comes the mask. Da-da-da-da.
boom, which was really great. Watching it the second time, knowing it's coming, waiting to hear the reactions around you,
bet.
and even then, still cheered when he put it because it's a great moment.
Yeah.
And he, whoa, look at you! He pulled it out for special occasions.
No, it's my killing mask.
What's the speed things on those blowjob holders? Whatever. Like, I'm so spicy. I'm such a jealous bitch. Like whatever he says, bro. Like, cause it's a great moment.
Yeah.
And it looks really good.
Absolutely.
And then we get fucking
Just the one shot.
yeah, which having seen it twice, you'd have to see it 3 or 4 times because you keep jumping back and forth between
yeah.
Deadpool,
No, that's-
Wolverine. They do this great thing where one's in the background, one's in the foreground, and they're just cutting through this whole mob of Deadpools, and it's this one long, continuous shot, and you're seeing just them do their thing. At one point, it looks like they're overwhelmed, and they're just fighting this whole group back. Wolverine just stabbing, and like Deadpool looks like he's just pushing his leg, and rolls off that, shoots a dude. They go through a bus, and and it's all this long shot with Like a Prayer playing in the background, and it ends in this really great slow motion shot of them jumping back through the window, which I didn't notice the first time we saw the movie, but the second time I saw it, when they came out the back window of the bus, the whole theater cheered. Everybody was like, "Yeah!"
There you go. Oh, yeah.
I was like, "Oh!"
Because we were cheering the first
like,
time.
oh,
That's
wow.
why you didn't notice it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. And then fucking Deadpool doesn't stick the landing. That's all they're gonna remember. I didn't stick the landing. Fuck. And good times had by all. But hey, turns out the mother Deadpools
They can regenerate.
They not like Nice Pool.
Yeah.
It's just this walking dead zombie just
Just
thing.
getting back
Everybody just getting up and
Dusting themselves off and, all right, let's do this again.
and you feel like, well, here we go. But halt, and we get riding up on a little razor scooter. Oh, Peter Pool, and apparently
everybody-
Peter Pool is the Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like Maine.
Well, everybody has a Peter Pool. That's the thing.
We would. Sorry, we had to backtrack just a bit. We missed a really major speech.
What did we miss?
We missed the whole thing where fucking right before it goes down, fucking Ryan Reynolds, yo, Deadpool Prime here. Listen, the multiverse. We've been going through some tough. We're done with it. It's not our best moment. You got Nice Pool putting thumbs down. I don't remember the whole speech, but it's basically just Ryan Reynolds saying, like, yeah, Marvel hasn't been doing a great job with the multiverse, and we should stop it here and
Not going to happen.
call it an L and keep it moving.
No.
Or even Nice Pool's like, I think it's been relatively nice since Endgame. And Lady Pool's like, the fuck are you talking about? Is it Uzi time? It's Uzi time. So that's funny. But apparently he not Alpha Pool. Fucking Peter Pool's the man.
Yeah.
Everybody has a Peter Pool. Yeah. And they're all cheering around him, rally around him, which gives the boys time to... And it's time to go deal with Mr. Paradox. We have a really awesome moment where even sitting in the theater, if you've been riding along this time, the movie hasn't felt long, but somewhere in the back of your mind, you're going, okay,
It's getting it.
gotta start to land this plane, right?
Yeah.
Which, great comedic timing from the writers and all that, because they're right in the middle of the whole thing, and Ryan Reynolds Deadpool turns the camera and goes, final stretch, everybody, I promise.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're wrapping it up.
Could have used that in Eternals.
Well, that's a whole nother breakdown. We'll talk about Eternals. I like you. It is worth another watch. I'm down to watch it like at home and smoke, and I might have to turn the camera during that just to kind of woo.
That's a big hand coming out of that planet. Hey now.
No shade. Eternals, one of the best Superman-like movies I've ever seen.
She was a massive fan of Man of Steel. Yeah.
Because, man, Rob Stark's character, bruh.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's some good laser work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some Homelander-style laser work. Because Homelander's good with them laser eyes, bruh. Oh, psychopath. I love him so much. Anyway.
What were we talking about?
We are talking about, I'm going to basically jump. I think we should basically just, okay, so we find out, we get a nice, we find out, see, it sucks I can't remember her number, and her name's really hard to pronounce, so the young African-American lady who's in
Gugu. Oh, fuck.
See?
Yeah, it's Gugu something.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that part. Yeah.
But she's back.
Yeah.
And, turns out, Paradox is running wild. So, she's informed now.
She seems like she's got Renslayer's job.
Yes, because Renslayer is doing her thing. Yeah. With what are they going to do with that now that there's no king? That's interesting. That's interesting. She's going to get lost in a timeline somewhere. And
Yeah.
Dang. Anyway.
Something's going to happen.
Basically,
Venom
we find out that Cassandra Nova has found the machine, and she's going to use it, and she's starting to do her thing.
She's definitely doing her thing.
And hey, we're here to stop you. We should fuck you up, but this is more important, so we got to go fucking do this thing. And how do we do it? Turns out, basically, there's like two lines, and if they stop the flow of electricity, they can bounce it back to her, destroying the machine, destroying her. But we're talking about atoms and other things inside your body, scientific shit, where they don't play nice. So basically, you're going to kill yourself.
It's going to destroy you because
whoever does it, vaporized, gone, done. That's it.
Sure.
The boys go down. Classic moment that you probably see coming because these two are walking traumas of regrets and want to be the hero and this and that. So, of course, there's the, I'm going to do it. No, I'm going to do it. And Wolverine, hey, I'm going to show you this picture. You got people to go back to. I got nothing.
Sure.
Let me have this.
Yeah.
Good pat on the back and last little like, hey, you are the best Wolverine.
He said he was like, I waited a long time for this team up.
Waited a long time for this team up. Yeah.
It's a good line.
Yeah.
It's a good line.
It's a great line.
Yeah.
It's a great line. Say hi to your friends for me. And
just as he's about to shut the door, fake out.
Boom. Deadpool. Boom, 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 boom. Nope. I'm in the room now.
Yeah, it's my movie. It's called Deadpool and Wolverine, not Wolverine and Deadpool.
I'm sorry.
I have to do this.
I can't hear you over the sound of sacrifice.
He keeps going back to
he comes to the window, just puts the hands up. It's like, no, it's okay. I'm MCU Jesus. And then just does the
or Spock.
Comes back like he's flying. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just stalling. I think I'm afraid to die.
So good.
And then, so we, Deadpool is doing his thing, and
Wolverine's not having that.
Wolverine is constantly hitting on the door. Yeah, you're
trying to get the glass, trying to get through the door. Yeah.
And it's looking close. There's two pillars. You got to break one pillar. You basically got to stretch out, and you got to be the thing in the middle that connects. So you reach in, you grab one wires out of the thing, and you're reaching across, and you're not gonna make it. And the timeline is dying, and everybody's looking, and get a Wolverine hand, and a stab into the other wire, and boom, Now it's this, who can withstand this energy longer? It's this
Guardians of the Galaxy moment.
It is very much a Guardians of the Galaxy. It's this tug of war of who wants it more.
Right.
And then sit down, folks. Get your tissue out. This is where we all get nice and ready, because if Like a Prayer has been playing in the background, they do this really great thing where they take Madonna out of it, and what's playing in the background is this choir, orchestral, very slow thing, and everything's in slow motion, and both of our heroes start to reflect on their journeys leading up to this moment. With this really great little flashback in the thing where Hugh Jackman's like, I have this suit on, and I am an X-Man. I'm the X-Man. The flashbacks with Wade, and it's like, you do matter. You know what I mean? Like, you go and be that dude. And so they have this great moment. They look at each other and, we're going to win. And Wolverine's shirt come off.
Just the shirt.
And you get to see all the hard work that Hugh Jackman... Listen.
And so did Deadpool.
The second time I went to theaters, I went with some ladies. Let me tell you, bro. It was a... whoo.
Yes.
The temperature turned up in that theater.
The swell of the crowd. Yeah.
Swell of something.
Yeah. So, yeah, even to the point where you have Deadpool look at the abs and then look at the screen and then like look back down at the abs
and just give a nod.
Yeah.
Like, you're almost like a yep, and you're welcome. And then and
kaboom.
Cassandra Nova. It's a numbers game. 2 against 1. Can't beat that. So you see Cassandra Nova short circuit. Everybody short circuiting, and Cassandra Nova's gone. Big boom. The machine's gone. Heroes are gone. Main TVA lady comes through like, hey, you, Paradox. I've been hearing some things. You don't know anything about it. No, I don't. All I know is my friends. My friends went down there.
That whole fucking scene. I was like, give me a fucking break.
Their sacrifice. I'll never forget. There's who's back. Fuck.
Of course.
Because the two people with the ultimate regeneration factors, motherfuckers, you can't kill these two.
We've all seen X-Men 3, what Jean Grey was doing to Wolverine as he's walking up.
One of the best little things of
regenerating
that movie,
as he's being broken apart. He even
wicked.
says in Days of Future Past, wicked. What about if somebody is able to heal themselves as fast as they're being torn apart?
Right.
So the moment that I'm hearing, it's like, you're just going to become atoms and break apart. I'm going, no, because that's been tried before.
They'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they get to come around the corner. Wolverine still got the shirt off, takes the helmet off, and
TVA dude, so happy to see him
TVA dude, the young lady sitting at the desk, everybody just, and it's that moment where like, I don't know if anybody out there has like super hot, like what people would consider like hot friends and shit. Like, you know the best looking person in your crew. And it's this moment like, bruh, can you step back or put your shirt on so I'm trying to talk to these people and you're distracting everybody. Yeah. Put your greasy tits away.
Do me a favor, you're making everyone else look bad. Like everyone else.
And then the second time I watch it, it doesn't help because then they put this sexy like TVA robe on him. It's like, well, that doesn't help. Right. Can you leave?
Right.
Sitting there smoldering over there like, God damn, man.
That's what he was paid to do at this point. It's just work out, sweat, and smolder.
Yeah.
Yep. So at that point, we have... I forgot her number, but her name is Gugu. Say that she's basically going to arrest that dude.
Yep, they drag him off, open up a little whoop, and he's gone. And they're like, well, now we got to get rid of you, man, because you don't belong here. And then good old Peter Pool. No, he's original. Nope, he's good. He's good. He's from my. He's good. And
she definitely
little love connection.
Yeah,
little like, who are you? I'm Peter Pool. But you can call me Peter, and I hope that you will. Mm-hmm. Fucking, ooh, they're in the lid. I was like, oh, look at you, bruh. Ooh. He likes some black girls, some brown girls, the cafe au lait. There's this long silence, like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
Like, she's like, you are going to jail. You're getting the fuck out of here. That's what you do. You kick rocks. You look damn good in that suit.
And we also come to find out that the X-Men universe, the whole universe that was being destroyed because of the lack of Logan,
is
all of a sudden just piecing itself back together again.
Being restored. We don't know what you did, but...
Well, you find out that Logan isn't the worst Logan.
Look at that.
And what he did put himself right up there with the other Logan.
Look at that.
It could be that all Logans are just as worthy. They just need to put themselves forward.
Look at that. Put
themselves out there to become the hero that they need to be.
I like that message.
Hey now.
It's a good message.
Hey.
They go, hey, so great. Can you, there's some others that got trapped in the void. Boy, it'd be really great if we could get them out of there.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. And she's like, I'll see what I can do. Also, my man with the forks over here, be really great if we could kind of fix his past too. And she's like, his past made him who he is. Right. So there's nothing to fix.
Another message. It's one of those where as much as you might think that your life is shit, or this may be, this you wish you could have done something better, who you are today is because of your past, whether Correct. It was great or not. If you are enjoying who you are now and you are a good enough person, you're not a dick, then your past has made you who you are.
Correct. I always say that I don't regret much in life at all because I am who I am because of the choices I made. So, and I think I'm pretty cool. So
there it is.
Yeah. So just full of good messages. And then we gotta go get shawarma. Did you know the inventors? What is it? The Avengers discovered shawarma.
Discovered shawarma. Yeah. Pretty sure they didn't. Yeah.
But I think it's a nice little knock or a bar, kind of like saying, like, did you know that nobody gave a fuck about shawarma till we put it in an Avengers movie? Like, that's kind of what I think he was trying to say. Like, you know what I mean? Because I know I certainly didn't know or really care about shawarma until I heard about it and it was like, I wonder what it is.
They didn't even know about the scene until they went to the premiere. And they said, hey, let's film this. Mm-hmm. That's why you see Cap covering his face, because he's covering the beard that he has grown for the fact that he's not playing Cap at that point. It's for the premiere.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Shawarma scene.
So yeah, they sit and eat, and then it's, hey, you're the best, Wolverine. Well, hey, any team would be lucky to have you. So what are you going to do? Oh, I'll figure it out. But one last surprise. Oh, dog poop.
Yep.
Even Wolverine just, oh my God. I hate this fucking thing. Oh, yeah. Come to daddy. All right. That dog is ugly, bro. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks sick or something.
Yeah, bless its little heart.
I know. That's why I was just. Can we please stop with the over crossbreedings of these dogs, man? Like, look what you're doing to them.
There's a chromosome missing, and it's just the way it is. There's Down syndrome cats. Okay,
yeah.
Some of them are the sweetest, dopiest looking things in the world, but they need love like everyone
Absolutely.
else, and so does that damn dog.
Absolutely. Hey, that dog's a contest winner.
That's right.
I've never the
contest winner being the ugliest dog in Europe.
When it comes to beauty, the only beauty contest I've ever won is in Monopoly, where I won second place and I get $10. So that's it. Fucking that was second place.
A beauty contest?
Oh yeah. There's a community chest card that says you win second prize in beauty contest. Win $10.
In Monopoly?
Yeah.
Oh.
No shit.
I don't think I've even won that.
Oh, no. He's always going to jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight to jail.
Fuck that game. Boardwalk. Fuck Boardwalk.
Boardwalk's a trap.
Yeah, sure is.
Boardwalk and Park Place is a trap. Uh-huh. Ooh, don't get us started talking Monopoly, bro. Nope. Ooh, I love that game.
What were we talking about?
They are talking about going their separate ways, and Wolverine's kind of giving his last walk off, and Deadpool's like, hey, I got a better idea. Come on, meet some people. And so he takes them home.
Have a dinner party.
Yeah, takes them home. And X-23 is there, so it looks like TVA Wonderful Lady came through because she's around, and all the friends are there.
Yep.
And you get the whole nice little back message montage. You don't have to have superpowers to be super and this and that and message time and give me the dog, talk to the girl. And, talks to Vanessa and yeah, it looks like we're headed towards a nice little fun, happy ending. And it was.
Yeah. It ends on the masks.
It ends on the masks, which is dope. And then, honestly, one of my favorite parts of the entire movie, only because I feel like you can't stand there and take direct shots at Fox and this and that without going, well, we can do that because we're going to give them all the flowers at the end of this.
Yeah.
And the montage at the end showing all the stuff from all the X-Men movies. They pulled everything out. Going back through all the Deadpools and watching the 2 interviews specifically with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, where it's the one where they're doing Wolverine, and he's like, yeah, I'm just reading the comic books. Like, I would love to play Deadpool one day. And after he says that, it goes to the shot of him jumping off the freeway.
Right.
And if you know the history behind that, like him saying that I'd really love to play that, it reminds me of him basically putting out that screen test himself, going like, hey, make this.
Well, according to the lie detector test that he had taken with Hugh Jackman, Hugh asked him, when it came to that leak scene, was it you who leaked it? And he kind of just like stalled a little bit and started saying something else. And the lie detector dude was like, just answer the question. And he's just like, oh, geez, Lou. Okay, sorry. And it got to the point where he's like, I was a catalyst. Okay, and he goes on and does a sports reference as well. But it wasn't me particularly who did it, but it was like, give me a break.
Yeah, try asking OJ if he did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you can't do that now.
Can't do that now.
Yeah, but
wow. Yeah, no, yeah.
Everybody involved at this point are dead.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or are they?
Most of the major players of that story. Holy fuck, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
Kato Kaelin's still alive.
But he didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, he was back there though. He had his 15 minutes of fame. He was like, you were back in the guest house? Like, oh man, it was crazy, man.
I was so high. Yeah. Smoked one. I was like, I think somebody's getting murdered.
Then they put him in basketball. Yeah. He was fine. He had a good role in baseball. He had a speaking line. It was great. Nobody really knows it's him because he cut his hair. But
do we ever stay on topic?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No. Not at all.
So then we get Hugh Jackman basically with he's like, when I first walked on set, you can, feel this pressure, feel the eyes like this guy's, what's he going to do? And blah, blah, blah. And you think about that and you fast forward, he is Wolverine.
Yep.
So it was really great to see all of that. And then, and then ending that whole montage with the old school 20th Century Fox whole thing. Like they really were like, yeah, this is the blueprint to, we don't get here without this.
Right.
Even going through the shit that
even the message that Ryan Reynolds put out said basically this was our origin story. As much as it may have been
absolutely
tough and hard and fun and all that, we wouldn't have traded it for the world.
Absolutely.
And it's true.
I do find it funny they didn't because they showed some old Elektra shots. They didn't show any shots from the Blade movies.
No.
I did notice that.
That was
because when they showed some Elektra, I was like, oh, we're gonna see some Blade. But no.
But I believe Blade was Touchstone
or New Line Cinema.
Or New Line Cinema.
Yeah.
So so it wasn't exactly Fox.
I know.
So it's. But they got the rights back, so maybe they just didn't have the rights at that point to show something in a little montage. Which,
hey, like I said, I need some new merch with this new Blade with the white in the beard. Like this, Wesley looks great. He said he hit the gym just to get in Blade shape. He said, like,
there you go.
Oh yeah. He showed up. Nice. He was so good. And then, classic. You know what we didn't talk about? Another thing, we got a Stan Lee cameo.
We did. We got Stanley Steamers
on the bus.
That was good. That was good. I like that because we need to have that type of stuff. If we have like a family photos in somebody's house at some point, I want to see Stan Lee in one of them.
Yes,
Grandpa Stan, that type of stuff. So yeah, that's how we need to do. And I don't want to see some weird ghoulish The Flash style CGI Stan Lee at any point going Excelsior.
It should always
It
should always be a picture. It should always be like a little. Let's something.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Classic MCU. You gotta stay to the end so you can see the last scene. It's a fun little callback where if we go all the way back to the scene where Cassandra Nova kills Johnny Storm, Deadpool says, "Oh, did you hear what this guy said about you? Well, this guy said blah 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 blah." And no, I didn't say it. And it's that whole laden just of what you shouldn't call a lot of people. It's the whole thing. So Deadpool comes back at the end. He's like, I'm getting real sick and tired of everybody accusing me of Johnny's death. Let's go check the tape. Turns out there was a little camera on their little thing. So the last thing we saw in real time was, if you're in the void, you have to deal with her. And then it cuts. It continues. You see, it's like, he looks at the camera. He's like, well, who's her? Go on. And turns out, yeah, Johnny Storm, Chris Evans, gives that whole curse, insulting filled, just, he's throwing out like cunt box and other sorts of crazy things. And he throws a Boston accent on that shit. Like, Chris Evans gets, it's almost as if they went, hey, Chris, had to watch your language for the last 12 some odd years, huh?
You don't have to be Cap anymore.
You want to go on ahead and fucking
let loose.
Go ahead, bruh. Get all Boston with it.
Feels good, doesn't it? Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I was joking about this with Triggs. Isn't that Johnny Storm from New York?
Yeah.
So he got to put a Boston accent on a dude from New York.
You know, it's also a Deadpool movie where the character knows that he's in a movie. So, yeah, he did. I will say this, kind of going back to the dinner scene and everything like that. You did see X-23, but you also saw X-23 amongst everybody who was supposedly going to be eaten by Eliath. So if she's okay, why didn't we see anything about them? Would have been kind of cool to see some alternate universe things, just of Blade in the car or on the motorcycle killing a vampire or something, and maybe Elektra standing on a building in a really bad CGI background.
Yeah, but just for like extra whatever's. But I don't think you need it.
Gambit sits down at the table with the other Gambit from X-Men Origins.
That's funny.
They're both playing cards.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't think you need it on a storytelling standpoint, because at the end, it's not about them.
Of course not.
But that would be that. You know, a plus, also, fucking why give away what we can possibly sell later down the line and shit. Fucking,
you can at least preview it.
You know what I mean?
Get people hyped for it. If you were to see a shot of Blade,
did preview.
Yeah, well, of course. But if you were to see a shot of Blade, like riding away on his motorcycle and that kind of that weird hazy LA look, yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah. But I know but yeah.
I left both times leaving the movie theaters just really, honestly, with this feeling of like, man, I think I'm going to start going to the movies like once a month again. That was really fun experience of having fun in the movie theater again with a crowd of people, watching something exciting. It'd been a while since I've been in a movie with like a nice full.
Was it full
crowd.
this time? Your second time?
Yes.
Yeah. No,
somebody brought a baby. You'd have loved it. You'd have loved the second time.
No, I would not have.
Somebody brought a child.
No, I would not.
I'm talking
have
about
loved
like that perfect moment where like it was getting deep. And, yep. It was.
Did anybody say anything?
No, only because the parent very quickly took that baby out of the room.
Oh, good.
But it was definitely one of those things where it's like, you know, once again, and again, this is not a knock to anybody who wants to bring their child, but again, you brought your baby to a rated R film, number one. Number two, you brought your baby anywhere.
You brought your baby to a loud
and this
film.
and that, like.
Yeah, it's not The Proposal. Okay, no,
Correct.
This is something that has lots of
It's not
explosions,
A Quiet Place.
guns and bangs and booms, and exactly. A Quiet Place is probably even louder than A Quiet Thing.
Yeah. No, but the crowd was a little more like, I feel like that first time we saw it, we were the hype row.
We were the loud
Because like the row in front, I feel like they didn't cheer a whole lot.
No.
You know what I mean? I feel like we were the hype ones. That second time, it was definitely a difference between a Thursday night and a Friday night crowd.
There you go.
Yep. That's for sure the difference between a Thursday night and a Friday night crowd. All that being said, I walked out of the theater feeling super juiced because that was a great time at the theater. You have this ultimate rated R kind of a gore fest with these fart and dick jokes and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, just like with all the other Deadpool movies, there's a message.
And there's heart.
And I would also say, I personally don't consider this Deadpool 3. I think there's Deadpool 1, I think there's Deadpool 2, and then there's Deadpool Wolverine. Because Wolverine is almost the star of this movie. Almost. So I don't call this Deadpool 3, and I don't consider it Deadpool 3.
Right.
I think it's kind of a standalone, and it's a great standalone. And I think for everybody that was feeling the Marvel fatigue, it definitely showed that everybody, at least if they're not jumping back on, they at least got curious about this one. And Deadpool Wolverine will not win Best Movie at the Oscars.
Not at all.
Even though everyone in the world will have seen it.
Right. $1 billion movie.
It'll be a movie that not a lot of people have seen.
Right.
That will have probably the same kind of message of like redemption and this and that. Same thing that this is saying, just minus dick and fart jokes and rated R.
Just like throw like a best adapted screenplay. Something. Give it something. Give it something. If what is it? What
if you can get Angela Bassett nominated for Best Supporting Actress for Wakanda Part 2, maybe you can give Hugh Jackman a Best Supporting Actor because he's really good in this film.
Yeah.
He's really good in this film. There is some really good cinematography. It's a great soundtrack.
It's a great screenplay. It's a great script.
There's a lot of good stuff. You can get it, but like I said, once again, I feel
Ryan
like
Reynolds a writing credit, a writing Academy Award.
I hope so. I hope a Marvel movie can find a way to win a major award, like one of the ones they televise and this and that, and someone can go up there and give a speech and as a superhero or something like that. But I just feel like the Academy feels like once they do that, I think it falls in the same manner of thinking of Martin Scorsese, where it's like these movies aren't real movies in the sense that we give awards for quote unquote real movies.
Cinema. This is not cinema.
Right. These are roller coasters.
These are popcorn flicks.
Anybody can make these movies from what it sounds like Martin Scorsese is saying.
It's a summer romp.
Right.
This is not anything that you go and truly analyze.
Right.
Right. Yes. This won't be.
It's not
This
Oppenheimer.
won't be in the textbooks.
Yeah, it's not Oppenheimer. You know what I mean?
Fuck you.
No.
It's a good movie. It's a good run, and also name something else that is 34 movies in.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
That's it.
34 movies in.
Right.
So give them an award just for that. The fact that they have a continuous timeline that is 34 movies in, that's not even including the shows.
Only playing devil's advocate, some people would say, if you have to do something 34 times.
It's not 34 like doing the same thing. Hey, according to Martin Scorsese, it's 34 things of the same thing,
yes,
of course.
That's exactly what the Academy is saying. You've made 34 comic book movies.
Yeah. Well,
show me the difference other than the powers and the characters. Go. That's I'm thinking what they're saying.
I know.
I totally disagree. And we're on the same side.
Glad.
But like this is
because we were about to like break up the podcast.
No,
these are all just the exact same fucking blueprint.
I just feel like I know, like, because it's like this. If Martin Scorsese can say it, and and the Academy considers him, like it just speaks to whose opinion they care about,
right?
A lot, like yeah. That, again, Angela Bassett being nominated for Best Supporting Actress for Wakanda 2 is a huge step in the right direction. Like that's major. And that's major.
Into the Spider-Verse got an Academy Award.
So, yeah, that's major. Yeah. So they're getting their recognitions. You know,
need more of it.
But here's the flip. You know what's the closest MCU movie to probably winning something like that? Fucking Eternals. Because it's more longer, artsy. Like it doesn't feel like a comic book movie. It feels more. You know what I'm saying? Like that's. If someone's going to win, someone knocks out a performance in something like that's like, yep, got it. Because to the Academy, it won't feel like the
Captain America Brave New World is supposed to be as grounded as Winter Soldier was. That's
not going to do it. They're going to be like, did y'all turn Harrison Ford to a red little thing? Yeah, that's cute. Good for
little?
Good,
big.
Good for
big
y'all.
Big guy. Huge.
Good for y'all.
Huge.
Try us on the next one.
Red little thing.
Try us on the next one. That's great. A black sheriff?
Black sheriff?
Man, I need to find some Blazing Saddles merch and wear it to go see Captain America Brave New World just to see if anybody gets the fucking...
Right.
Just see if anyone gets it. If anyone gets it.
Or how about you dress up as sheriff? I dress up. We could do this.
Even deeper cuts.
Yeah.
Even deeper cuts.
Oh, yeah.
No one's going to get it. I don't know if this generation gets it like that. Anyway, what did you think of Deadpool Wolverine?
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. I haven't laughed that hard from beginning to end in a movie in a very long time. I can't really complain about much at all of that movie.
Right.
Anything. Like even the fact that, no, there's nothing. There's nothing. I really can't complain about anything in that movie.
Yeah. Anything that would be, it wouldn't even be a complaint. It's one of those, like, it would be cool if they had done this.
Like
I mean?
I said, with seeing some shots at the end. And
just cool stuff
that.
you'd like to see, a little sizzle.
What we saw was so much and so well done to the point where it's like, it would have been cool to see all that, but we got all this.
Right.
So I should not be complaining. It's like complaining about a free meal, like some of people did at a job I did
I'd
recently.
like to see what somebody disliked about this film.
Yeah.
I would like to see what somebody did dislike about this film.
Oh, I've already watched.
Like if somebody's like, this is terrible. Like I'd be curious. Like, terrible. Why?
After now that we're going to be done recording, and once I'm done editing, I'll be able to listen to the podcast and watch other podcasts and stuff I usually watch.
Correct.
But I don't not watch the folks who, if I enjoy something and then there's the I'm going to shit on this movie video, I watch that because I want to see, why did you hate this so much? Why are you telling people not to go see this movie?
Right.
Which is also, who the hell are you, Mr. YouTube, to say, don't go see this movie? It's like, yeah, if you want to say it sucks.
Who are we to tell people to go see it? I mean,
but I'm saying, go see the movie if you want to. Don't go see the movie.
Don't go see it. Right.
But if you want to do an entire video on why you think it sucks, cool.
Yeah.
But let other people decide for themselves.
Facts.
Yeah.
Big facts.
And also if they're already watching your video without watching the movie in order to decide on whether they're going to go see the movie, then they probably weren't going to go see the movie anyways. So, they're just trying to get
I just need a reason why I shouldn't go because I really don't want to go see the movie anyway. So I just need somebody else to tell me don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not that person. So I'm going to say, if you want to see this, then you should. If you don't want to see this, then you're going to be missing out. But that's up to you.
Facts.
Well, the next movie, since you're wanting to go, once a month, is Alien Romulus, where we can watch everybody die that we already saw die in the trailers.
Correct. I mean, we've already seen the first 45 minutes to an hour.
That was pretty much most of the. If anything, it was probably just shot for shot what happens, but within little.
It's
clips.
Like no shit. You at least see the first 20 minutes,
dude.
You get the first 20,
first
30
20.
Minutes. Like when they're floating up, you want to steal stuff off this ship. Man, it opens up. You see them going on to the thing. You see them open up
the air getting released into the thing.
This is your opening shit. This is the first 20 minutes.
Not only that, but then you see
what are we doing here?
You see the tense scene where it's all red and he's in the water, and then the face huggers. Then you see another person get hit with a face hugger. Then you also see another person with like, oh God, something's wrong. Why do I have heartburn? And then they took a really bright light and put it on their back, and you can see that the thing was through their chest. And it's like, why are we seeing this?
Save all of that.
Fuck?
Save all of that.
Again, who are making these trailers? How dare they? The first trailer, like you said, was just fine.
Perfect.
Then you get to the second trailer, and it's starting to kind of show too much. What are we doing here? Then we get to this rated R trailer, which was basically showing you the movie.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Fucking bell and all.
I agree. Also real quick, so we can clarify, and then we'll wrap up Deadpool Wolverine and our last final thoughts. But we did get to see, I do have to go back. So apparently for Gladiator, Snitch Bitch doesn't get his own movie.
No.
It's not him. It's some random kid that was sitting in the crowd and saw Maximus fight and got inspired. And so it's this really random story of this other dude, and the only connection you have to Maximus is What's-Her-Bucket apparently gives him his ring, and I'm like, the fuck you giving the ring to this fucking dude? Who is this dude? Like, Maximus was your guy. Right. Like, if anything, you give Snitch Bitch the ring.
I'm thinking that Snitch Bitch probably, because if there's a war,
I think Snitch Bitch might show up. I think
he might have died,
and they're trying to.
I think he might have died because that's why she's
trying to be Maximus.
Well, because she's seeing him as what her son was going to be and what he could have been,
and all
that jazz, and because
possibly.
he died in the war that's going on at that point.
Well, because
you also have those two.
He might have tried to become the emperor at one
Right,
point.
but you also have those two twin-looking dudes with the really shitty tobacco teeth, and they're all like,
They're basically two Joffrey copies, man.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
somebody just took Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Like, let's make him a twin, man.
They're really bad.
Let's make him one, and let's make a fake Ed Sheeran.
Really bad guys. Yeah, they're so bad.
Yeah.
So I'm not even further not looking forward to Gladiator 2. I don't care how good Denzel looks in the movie. Like, Denzel looks good in every movie.
right.
I will say the shot of them filling the Colosseum with water, making a ship battle in the Colosseum, that's dope.
I didn't see that.
That's dope. The concept of they took what they used to do in the Colosseum. The Colosseum had all these hidden chambers and all this shit for all this, and so they basically recreate this ship battle in the Colosseum. That is dope.
Okay,
that is cool.
This might
That's
actually warrant seeing in the theaters.
No.
No?
No, we'll wait till we're here in the fucking in on the block with the surround sound and fucking crank it then. Like, I don't need to.
Okay, sounds
just
good.
for like that, because I think that might just be one scene, and they do a couple other things in the Coliseum. I think everything else is gonna be gladiator style battles. I think this is just their one thing. Go like, yo, let's show them that the Coliseum wasn't just used for like chariot race and all shit. They had this whole intricate kind of setup.
They do bring in a rhinoceros.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also should have been saved.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But not enough to sell a ticket.
Right.
Anyway, I'm always excited for what's next. Is it Agatha? What's next? What's the next
with the show?
with the MCU?
What's coming up next?
What's
It's
the next
probably Agatha.
It was Agatha all along.
Bam, bam. And after that, I believe,
Bring on Cap.
yeah, that's February.
Also, just to talking about trailers, you'll love this. So they show the trailer for Captain America: Brave New World, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love my cousin Train to death. My cousin Train, who some people know as Shanty, some people know him as Ramesses. He's my guy, A-Train. Shout out. My cousin Alex. He is the first person that put on my radar that trailers are too long and they show too much.
Right.
He had been on that kick for years. And so I finally adapted that kick. And so here we are in the movie theater. And so Captain America: Brave New World comes on. And I'm like, oh, great. I want to see his reaction to the end. And he did not let me down. When he goes into he's like, you're not Steve Rogers. Like, no, I'm not. And the wings come out and they're flying and goes into the mock. It's like Captain America: Brave New World. He's like, yeah. And then throws the shield down. He's just like, come on.
All right.
Didn't need that. And I was like, I know.
That's the exact reaction that I had.
We had a 5-minute
exact same
whispered
time,
conversation in there like, I know. Like, they showed to me. I know.
Yep.
This is why I know. And then Alien Romulus started playing. I was like, wait till you see this trailer.
Yeah. We watched this last night. You thought that gave it away.
You thought that was bad. Wait till you see this trailer, bro.
It's literally a checklist for all the people that you're going to see at the beginning of the movie of them dying. Like every
they even
single
spoil
one
that
of them.
homie dude's a fucking robot.
Yeah, well, we have to have
Spoil
one,
that
and
in the
let's
fucking,
just see who it is, of
come
course,
on, bro.
right?
Like,
let's not learn for ourselves. We are now spoon-fed everything.
Rough, bro. But we have that conversation coming down the line where we talk about fucking trailers and this and that and how they used to be and this and that. Like we always touch on a little bit, but I know that we have one of our shorts is just going to be like, y'all remember this? Y'all remember this? We should do like a YouTube dive of like old teaser trailers and go like, see?
The way
Remember
it should
this?
be.
Remember this?
Yeah, prime
Remember
example.
this?
Back
Yeah.
to the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's
Deadpool and Wolverine.
I think that's a pretty good 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs way up. 2 thumbs up with fucking the adamantium claws that come out of it, man. Holding gold-plated guns, man, because they match the ear huggy. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And an ugly dog.
yeah. I enjoyed it. I think this is a nice victory for the MCU. When you look at the fact that the last movie they put out was Marvel's, and if everybody's considered that the lowest point, boy, when you look at that needle, when you're looking at the needle going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, this goes whoop down low to Marvel's. Boy, it's gonna be a whoop.
Yeah.
All the way up.
It's going to be a Mount Everest. So
Man, that thing is great. So well done, Kevin Feige. Well done, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman. Well done to Jennifer Gardner, Wesley Snipes, fucking bravo to Channing Tatum. Great job, Chris Evans, fucking everybody that came back to reprise some roles and people who might do some future stuff. I hope they do some stuff with Laura X-23. I hope she does some stuff.
Yes.
Keep this momentum going, Marvel. Keep it rolling. I think it's, I think people are going to poo-poo again. I think with Agatha, I think it's going to take a step down. I think not a lot of people are going to show up for that.
Not a lot of people are showing up for the shows.
Yeah, not a lot of people showing up for the shows, which, again, I enjoy them all. That's a whole nother conversation we can have, but I would say, keep the good momentum rolling with Deadpool Wolverine. It's good stuff.
Definitely.
Good stuff.
I concur.
Cool. Yeah.
So that's an episode of the Matinee Review. That's not a full episode of the Matinee Review.
Boom. Look at that. Look at that. We did it.
I figured out how to say it. Words. Yeah. Words, Roxanne. Words. And that's also a deep cut, if you don't know what I'm talking about there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for listening. And if you want to listen to any of our other episodes, just go ahead and, backtrack. Take a look at number 19 and 18 and 17, 16, 15. I can keep going down. Numbers are there. We're on Spotify,
check.
Buzzsprout,
check.
Audible.
Check.
We're on basically anywhere that you can hear a podcast, except for Pandora, but that's a whole nother story.
Do us a favor. Just go to your Google search bar and type in the Matinee Review with Akili and Justin. Promise we'll pop up.
I'm glad that you put your name first, because you keep putting my name first when talking about it. And really, it's Akili and Justin, not Justin and Akili.
Well, I had to do it for there, because if they're typing something into the search bar, it has to be, that's the most accurate.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah. So when I'm not talking about the search bar, I still put your name first.
You're first, buddy.
You know what? Y'all are first.
That's right.
The listeners. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And you know what? Hey, we'll just catch y'all on the next one for the Matinee Review. This is Akili.
And I am Justin.
All right, y'all.
Take care, folks.